Also proud to support the Okanagan Charity Classic Golf Tournament with proceeds to the Canucks Autism Network for Kids, as well as helping underprivileged kids play organized sports. Bronag specializes in commercial construction as a general contractor and project manager. If you need their expertise, get in touch. Bronag Contracting, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
You've got the game on, you're hungry for the next big play, but your stomach has other ideas. Hit your hunger hard with Papa John's. Head over to papajohns.ca to see their full roster. If the Suns score 30 or more, the next day you can get 50% off any pizza when you use the promo code GOSUNGO. Try Papa's Ultimate Meats Pizza or delicious garlic knots and head straight for the touchdown. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun.
Whether it's paved, dirt, or no road, the Mitsubishi Outlander always gets you there with superior performance and handling. Available with super all-wheel control, powerful V6 engine, up to 3,500 pounds towing capacity, easy folding seats for up to 7, and ample cargo room. Right now, choose between 8 weeks of payments on us, up to a $1,000 accessory credit, or up to $1,000 cash rebate during the Triple Diamond Sales event. Offer on approved credit. Conditions apply.
The best people and the best cars. Valley Mitsubishi.
See Valley Mitsubishi for details.
Hey, it's Charlie from Chances, and I want to tell you about a company that cares. What does that look like? It's about looking forward to coming to work each day because of the people you get to see. It's about being on a team of over 100 people, but feeling like you're with family. It's about being paid what you're worth and being valued by your leaders. Apply for openings in gaming, concession, and kitchen. Join Chances, a company that cares. Must be 19 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
2 guys? You came with just 2 guys?
All you have to do is point.
It took 6 men to get that in here. What? But
all you have to do is point, sir.
What's going on in here? Hey, where's the...
I just pointed at it, and
we make junk disappear anytime, anywhere.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
What I like about you is the inside stuff. September 9th on Crave TV, Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey.
Every pain needs a name.
Stars in Kidding, a wondrous, surreal, and darkly funny new series.
What do we think this one is called?
From the mind of Oscar winner Michel Gondry, director of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I have a tremendous amount of pent-up anger inside me, and every day it grows and grows.
Kidding, a new series from Showtime, starring Jim Carrey, streaming September 9th on Crave TV. Sign up and get a month on us.
Under the helmet in between the 50s. This is your all-access pass to Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150.
This is Jock Tyre back at the Apple Bowl with your Okanagan Sun. We're talking to Coach Ben McCauley.
Jock Tyre with Coach Ben McCauley of your Okanagan Sun. We are back for the first time. It feels like it's halfway through the season, which it almost is, and you're home for the first time. What's it feel like to come home to the Apple Bowl?
It's a bit of a strange feeling. It's been since October of last year when we last played here. So, it's great to know that family and friends are coming out to support us, and our community is excited about it. And there's been a lot of buzz around the city this week about the game. So, there's going to be a great turnout tonight. And aside from that, we've got a good Langley team coming into play, and I think we're rested and we're ready to go tonight.
You're coming off a win, but then a bye week in between. How do you get your guys recouped, ready after a long weekend, ready to play after a 2-week rest?
Well, I think we had to jump right back in, shake some of the rest off, and do a lot of fundamental work earlier this week, and make sure that we were, tackling and blocking and taking care of the football the way we're supposed to. I think we got a little bit sloppy against Langley the first time, so a lot of those things we came in right off the bat and ramped up the intensity, and we had a good week of practice leading up to today, so I think we'll be all right. Win or lose, I think that's all in the past right now, so we just have to go basically second phase of the season, 0-0, and come up to win today.
You've got 4 weeks under your belt, 3 quarterbacks. Who's going to be starting tonight?
Keith Zyla is going to be back under for the second week in a row, and we're close to having Jacob ready to play again, but we're just in no rush to do so. Player health is obviously top concern for us. So Keith's going to be back in, and Matthew Mahler is going to be his backup. It should be very similar with the addition of some guys who were out last week with some injuries. We've added them back to the lineup, so I think we have some more targets for him at receiver and a bit more polished game plan with a little more prep for him.
Defense was looking awesome last game against the Rams. Offense was stumbling a little bit. Do you think having the quarterback 2 weeks in a row, same quarterback, is going to help out?
Yeah, I think it will. And, Keith's a supreme athlete, and, we're asking him to do things that we're tailored a bit more for another quarterback. And, it took some adjustment from us. And Keith, really with only 3 days, having not played quarterback since probably October of last year, it's a lot of rust to shake off. So, I don't expect him to be a world beater today, but he's very athletic and he's very smart, and he's a great leader on our team. So anytime we get some consistency to add to that, I think it'll be a good thing.
Last one, Coach, back-to-back, same team. How do you prepare differently the second time playing the same team in 2 weeks?
Well, we have to treat it like it's kind of the second half of the same game, which, there's going to be not really enough time to change everything with a bye week in between. It's not like we practice 14 times in a row. Everyone takes a break and we've got to recoup. So it'll be just tweaking what we already do, adding a few wrinkles in here and there to get us the advantage. And I expect the same from Langley. So we're going to have to be adaptable and make some changes and adjust at halftime or earlier if necessary.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Yeah, you bet. Have a good game today.
Thanks.
Should be a good
Win or lose, touchdown or turnover, JDS Energy and Mining is proud to support local sports in Kelowna. They believe it's important to put youth at play where they can learn to be leaders. They believe in the habits and values learned from working in a team. They believe the skills today youth learn in organized sports will strengthen our community. JDS Energy and Mining, a proud community partner of local sports in Kelowna and your Okanagan Sun. When you have Big Steel Box, moving and storage are almost too easy. From kickoff to the final play, they're on your team. They'll drop the Big Steel Box off at your place, then you pack it at your pace, and when you're ready, give Big Steel Box a call to come pick up the box and move it or store it. Simple and secure. Big Steel Box is a better way to move and store your stuff. Check them out at bigsteelbox.com. Proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
White's Barbecue and Fireplace Center for all things barbecue.
Hey, you. Have you heard about the new Weber grills at White's Barbecue and Fireplace? Excuse me? I already have a barbecue. Keep it low, pal. Weber grills are the best in looks, cooks, and durability. Nothing compares to a Weber.
So where can I get one of these Weber grills? White's Barbecue and Fireplace Center, corner of Springfield and Spall, for all things barbecue. White's. Put some sizzle on it.
Your chance to build in Kelowna's most desired area starts now with Madison Avenue Group. The Orchard and the Mission provides and builds on a one-of-a-kind location in the heart of Kelowna's Lower Mission. Lake views, mountains, and meadows, all conveniently located close to parks, schools, and more. Madison's unique model home choices mean you can start your next chapter today. Home site reservations are being accepted now. For more information and to register, visit liveorchard.ca.
Mr. Lube is proud to support your Okanagan Sun. You can rely on the Kelowna Mr. Lube team to ensure your vehicle is ready for those long road trips or just in-town driving with fluid and filter changes and so much more. Get fast, convenient oil changes, no appointment necessary, and enjoy full tire service with the same no appointment status. Plus, they're open late till 8. Take good care with Mr. Lube Kelowna, across from Superstore, behind Scody's, proud supporter of your Okanagan Sun.
Save On Foods carries the world's largest selection of quality BC VQA wines. Over 1,200 labels from vineyards across our province. So while picking up a few things for dinner, find fruit-forward wines from the Similkameen Valley and seaside vintages from Saanich or Cowichan. And many are only available at Save On Foods or the winery itself. Wines of British Columbia at select Save On Foods. Details at saveonfoods.com/wine.
You're listening to Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Jock Tire, Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl with your Okanagan Sun in second place, almost halfway through the season, home opener. It's pretty exciting here. Good-looking crowd here. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. Carson, let's talk a little bit about the two teams that we're going to see here. Passing has been a little bit of a stumbling block for the Okanagan Sun. 3 quarterbacks in 4 weeks. They're not really doing all that well moving the ball through the air.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle for the Sun. They started the season out looking pretty strong with it, but just with Lauk's going down, they've really had a cycle of quarterbacks who just haven't been able to get their rhythm going with the receivers in game situations the way you'd hope they could. Especially frustrating when you look at the stat sheet, just because at the start of the year when Lauk was in the game, they were winning games by enough that they didn't have to rely on the pass that much. They were often just trying to control the clock and rely on the run. So you look at the stats on the season, and the Sun passing game might look a little weaker than it really is in reality. You need some of this connection to start happening on a more consistent basis and get some of these quarterbacks to start connecting with some of these receivers. On the other side, though, Langley, they're number 2 in the league in pass yards, and you look a couple weeks ago against this stacked Sun D, they had very little problem moving the ball up and down the field. They just kept ending their drives by throwing it to a Sun defensive back instead of finishing the drives with touchdowns.
So you've got two teams that are fairly equal. If you look at the stats on passing, with interceptions very similar. Langley throwing 6 interceptions, Sun throwing 4 interceptions. Not a lot of touchdowns there. But then when you look at the rushing game, that's where the difference seems to appear in rushing between the two teams.
Yeah, just to quickly check on that passing ratios. They might have 6 interceptions, but 5 of those were against the Sun this last time. So that's just something to point out. They can move the ball really well, and against every other defense, they've been very efficient and great at holding on to it. Just the Sun D is just dominant and had their way with them in the turnover game a couple weeks ago. They just couldn't stop them from moving the ball. On the rushing side, the Sun have been, top of the league in the rushing attack with their cycle of running backs between Curry and Amankwa and Hansen and whoever else they have handing the rock off to. Langley, they're right at the bottom with, I think they only have a 3.4 yards per carry average, which in CFL world that's really not very good. They're going to have to find a way to get way more creative with their rushing attack this week if they're going to be able to do anything against the Sun D. Against the Sun, I just checked the stats during the last commercial break. They only had 2.2 or 2.4 yard per carry average. You need to take some pressure off your quarterback, Duncan Little, if you're going to have any hope of getting some points on this board against the Sun. Otherwise, they're just going to stand back and wait. And sure, you might move the ball down the field underneath, but if you try to go over the top, they're taking it from you.
The Langley Rams are just coming out onto the field right now. They are announcing the Okanagan Sun. They are first time of the season. There's their home opener. It's so exciting here. You can feel the excitement in the park. The Okanagan Sun cheering squad is out there ready to introduce them the starting lineup. So we're going to go back to the studio for a quick break, and then we'll bring you back for kickoff.
When you have Big Steel Box, moving and storage are almost too easy. From kickoff to the final play, they're on your team. They'll drop the Big Steel Box off at your place, then you pack it at your pace, and when you're ready, give Big Steel Box a call to come pick up the box and move it or store it. Simple and secure. Big Steel Box is a better way to move and store your stuff. Check them out at BigSteelBox.com. Proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
My name is Renee Wasilik, and I'm the CEO of Troika Developments.
Green Square Vert is now over 80% sold, with 8 open floor plans to choose from, located in Lower Mission.
Green Square Vert is literally in the heart of the Lower Mission. 1.5 blocks to Rotary Beach, 2 blocks to H2O. Our buyers are saying, I can't believe the value.
With contemporary condos and urban townhomes starting at $274,900, these homes won't last long. Visit liveatvert.ca.
Win or lose, touchdown or turnover, JDS Energy and Mining is proud to support local sports in Kelowna. They believe it's important to put youth at play where they can learn to be leaders. They believe in the habits and values learned from working in a team. They believe the skills today youth learn in organized sports will strengthen our community. JDS Energy and Mining, a proud community partner of local sports in Kelowna and your Okanagan Sun.
The feeling of the first trail ride of the year, followed by the first refreshing river swim. The sight of the first sunset past 8, accompanied by the mouth-watering smell of the inaugural barbecue. The warm days and cool beer chemistry that the Pacific Northwest longs for. Can you taste it? We capture that essence in the newly repackaged Pacific Pilsner, brewed with pure BC spring water. Pacific Pilsner, true North style. Available at BC liquor stores.
Get behind the wheel at Orchard Ford. Orchard Ford is the top-rated dealership in all of BC for customer satisfaction. They're family-owned, family-run, and have been a family values dealership for over 35 years. By looking after their customers, they've grown to be the #1 new vehicle dealership in all of BC. Orchard Ford also offers BC's biggest inventory. A big thank you to all of their customers. Orchard Ford, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Online, orchardford.com.
Bronag Contracting gives back to our community. For the past 9 years, they've been a proud corporate sponsor of the Okanagan Sun. They're also proud to support the Okanagan Charity Classic Golf Tournament with proceeds to the Canucks Autism Network for Kids, as well as helping underprivileged kids play organized sports. Bronag specializes in commercial construction as a general contractor and project manager. If you need their expertise, get in touch. Bronag Contracting, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun.
From our team to yours, this is Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
This is Jock Tyer with Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl. It's an exciting environment here. The home opener for your Okanagan Sun. There is a lot of stuff going on here. The Sun are just being introduced with the cheer squad, bringing them out onto the field. There's a beverage garden and a hot dog barbecue, burger barbecue going on out there at field level. And they are just introducing the lineup of your Okanagan Sun. I just want to note that they just did a bit of a quick mention on Wilf Atkinson, who recently passed away very suddenly. Wilf was a concession, took care of the concession here at the Apple Bowl. He was also a friend of mine as a curler over at the Kelowna Curling Club. He was also one of the original hot dog vendors in downtown Kelowna, a bit of a fixture. So a very sudden passing of Wilf Atkinson, the Okanagan Sun, the Kelowna Curling Club, and everyone who knew Wilf would like to pay their respects to his family, and our thoughts and prayers are out with Wilf and his family. So all the best, and we're thinking about you, Wilf. It is a really exciting crowd here tonight. It just seems a little bit more jacked up than normal because it's the first time the Sun have been back in the Apple Bowl since last October. They are introducing the lineup now, and the crowd is a substantial crowd. It's a really nice-looking crowd. They were doing major repairs here. The city put a lot of money to redo the track here around the Apple Bowl. So it's very vibrant, bright new colors, and a beautiful ride been installed by the city of Kelowna just to make this facility a little bit better. And so congratulations to the city of Kelowna, but they did have to take up the first 4 weeks of your Okanagan Sun season to do it. We're just about to get ready for the national anthem, so we're going to go back to the studio, and we're going to bring you back in a couple minutes for the kickoff. Your Okanagan Sun with a 2-1-1 record against the Langley Rams, who are at 1-3. And we had a bye week last week, and we played Langley the week before, so we're going back to back against the Langley Rams. It should be an exciting game, so stay tuned.
Madison Avenue Group invites you to invest in your future now. Enjoy family living at the Orchard in the Mission. Enjoy gorgeous views of Lake Okanagan, the mountains and surrounding meadows, with schools, parks, activities, and more, all within walking distance. This is your chance to build in Kelowna's Lower Mission. Find a home that suits your lifestyle with Madison's unique model choices and start your next chapter today. For more information and to make your home site registration, visit liveorchard.ca.
Rona is a proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun and a strong community supporter. They're ready to help you tackle every project you've got. Think Rona for every job, from renovating the house to upgrading the bathroom. Whether it's a huge undertaking or just a small fix-up, they have the products, the prices, and the expertise you need to get the job done right. Visit Rona.ca and tackle every project with Rona. Doing it right. 1711 Springfield Road. Proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun.
Maxim Auto Body understands that you really don't want to see them because, well, it means your vehicle has been in an accident. Let them make things better for you with superior workmanship and efficient service. Maxim does ICBC claims, collision repairs, and custom paint. Estimates are free and courtesy cars available. Maxim Auto Body, making friends by accident. Maxim Auto Body on Railway Avenue, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Online, maximautobody.com.
Friday, September 14th, it's gonna be a howler. Invasion Champion Championship Wrestling invades the Rutland Centennial Hall in a SmackDown fundraiser for the Okanagan College Coyotes basketball program, featuring top pro wrestlers from the Okanagan, Lower Mainland, and the Pacific Northwest, along with special guest WWE legend Val Venus. Sponsored by Big Surf Beer Company, Kelowna Hyundai, Blue Tree Mortgages, Cod Auto Group, Papa John's, and Wings Kelowna. Full details and tickets available at InvasionChampionshipWrestling.com. Sponsored by Sage Executive Realty.
White's Barbecue and Fireplace Center for all things barbecue.
Hey, you. Have you heard about the new Weber grills at White's Barbecue and Fireplace? Excuse me? I already have a barbecue. Keep it low, pal. Weber grills are the best in looks, cooks, and durability. Nothing compares to a Weber.
So where can I get one of these Weber grills? White's Barbecue and Fireplace Center, corner of Springfield and Spall, for all things barbecue. White's. Put some sizzle on it.
Canada's team is the Toronto Blue Jays. Don't miss any of the action on AM 1150 as the boys of summer claw their way back up the standings in the AL East. Toronto Blue Jays baseball on AM 1150, Kelowna's home for sports. CKFR, a Bell Media radio station. This is Kelowna's AM 1150. News, talk, sports. This is Okanagan Sun Football. Hear it, live it on AM 1150.
Jock Tire Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl. Your Okanagan Sun up against the Langley Rams. The Langley Rams, that's different. I've never seen that before. The captains of the Rams heading out on the field holding hands together as a group. 6 guys heading out there. It's awesome to see the coin toss. I love this part of the game. It's exciting. You can see both of the benches, a beehive of activity.
Yeah, everyone's getting pretty excited. It's been 2 weeks since we had a football game. Everyone's well rested, ready to go, ready to start hitting strangers again.
And it's been 11 months since Kelowna Okanagan fans have had a chance to see their football team at home.
Yeah, that's another big one. It's going to be nice to see as the stands keep filling out here. Hard to see right underneath us how it is, but there's a lot of people walking around, so...
I see lots of people over at the beverage garden, lots of people over at the barbecue, and they've had the toss. It looks like they're going to switch sides.
And the Sun are receiving.
The Sun will receive. So I noticed when we were 2 weeks ago, when we were in Langley, the teams were on opposite sides of the field. Here in Kelowna, both benches are on the same side of the field by the grandstands. Do you think that has any kind of an effect? Being near the grandstands where the fans can yell things at you?
In this environment, it doesn't make as big a difference because on the near side is the family-friendly grandstands, and on the far side is the typically the beer garden grandstand. So the far side may not have as large of a grandstand as the near side, but if there was the team over there, they'd hear just as much. When you get into the stadiums like over in Van Island is the one that comes to mind, where the teams are on the same side of the field, but opposite the stands. And even then, the stands finds a way to let you hear them. The fans who want to be heard will find a way to be heard.
So it looks like a different kicker coming out for the Rams tonight. We've been looking for Matias Bueno, and unless he's changed numbers, it looks like Jaden Chelan. Jaden Chelan is kicking off tonight for the Langley Rams. Number 84, Jaden Chelan kicking.
Wonder if that's just going to be a kickoff thing.
It might be just a kick.
All-purpose thing.
And it's kicked. It's been picked up on the 15-yard line.
Connor Richard fighting through this tackle. He's going to fight through it.
He's still dragging. He's dragging four Langley Rams on his back all the way out to the 42-yard line.
He almost fought through that with 4 or 5 guys hanging off of him, and he dragged them another 6 yards almost by himself. But some of his Sun buddies could have tried to find a way to shed those guys off of them, the would-be tacklers. He might have squeaked through there for a return to the house right off the start.
So on their first possession, they're starting at their own 42-yard line, your Okanagan Sun. They break the huddle. They're going into a shotgun. Our quarterback tonight is Keith Zyla. He's a pistol formation. He goes back. It's a short out route to number 30.
That's Kelton Curry almost getting a first down. That was great pass, swing pass over there. on the outside. I hate those little swing passes where you throw it backwards to the running back because I'm pretty sure for one, it's supposed to count as a running stat because it went backwards. And for two, as a defender, he could rear up and throw that back downfield again to a receiver. And that's something to be wary of. I sort of hope we see that some point.
So they're marking that down with second down and about 6 inches to go on this one. He's going under the center and keeps it himself, and it looks like he pushes it about 4 yards forward out to the center line.
Yeah, just standard quarterback sneak, nothing special. Just move the sticks, keep the offense on the field for at least another 2 plays, and see what we can do with it.
So they're marking it on the Okanagan Sun 54. It looked like I thought he got all the way out to the midfield stripe, but apparently not. They're marking it on the 54, 1st and 10.
I think they're saying he kind of fell on his knees and then fell forward, so they're marking him back quite a bit from where his ball actually landed.
So that's a gun ace formation. They're loaded up with receivers on the left. It's a handoff. Again, that looks like Curry taking it up, short yard gain. It looks like about a 4-yard gain.
Just short little run up the middle. Not a whole lot of daylight for him there.
It seems to be standard practice right now for your son to start out. Your first play of every down is a running play. See what they can go, and if they avoid that having to pass, they do.
Yeah, they're always trying to make it second and manageable instead of getting into those second and long situations.
So it's a shotgun gun. It's a pistol formation. A lot of movement going on. It's a fumble on the snap, and he goes down. Our quarterback is sacked. That's number 31 for the Langley Rams.
JP Campbell. That's Kalambe.
All over with it looks like about a 4-yard loss. They've moved them back to their own 51-yard line. So the Sun are on their own 51-yard line. 3rd down.
A little bit of dyslexia hitting me there on that name. All right.
So Isaac Wagner out there, player of the week, Isaac Wagner, out to kick on a 3rd and 14 situation. He's standing on his own 37-yard line. Nice clean snap. And it is a good kick.
Oh, what a spiral on that thing. That is beauty.
And it bounces on the goal line and into the end zone, and it looks like he's going to get cornered. Is he going to come out? He's still trying to get out. He's running around.
Joseph trying to make it all the way back. He's going to reverse the field again and finally can see.
That's Mac Joseph. That looked like one of those plays where you're trying to kill the clock. It didn't look like a play. He should have just put his knee down there.
He was trying to find a way to reverse the field, trying to find a lane, stay alive as long as possible, and see if he could get a channel built, but nowhere to go for him there with that Sun coverage unit. And it looks like there's a flag on the field. I'm not sure what for. This could be exactly what he was looking for, though. If you're a Sun player running up, I wonder if there's a hit in the back or any illegal contacts going on the play there. Otherwise, it looks like the Sun do get the single point.
I'm waiting for that single point to go up on the board. It's not up there yet. It looked.
Wagner adding 1 to his point totals in the season. I'd be interested to look those up later.
He's the team leader in points right now. Looks like where they
see where he stacks up in the league even.
Yeah, they're moving that ball a long way out. It's at the 30, and he's still walking. He's still walking, and it looks like it's going to be put down at the 35-yard line. Langley is standing back on their own 5-yard line. I don't think they knew that there was a penalty. They're standing back on their own 5-yard line, huddling, and the ball is out on their own 35. They're going to have to sprint back in there to get to it.
Yeah, I think that was just they got out of the end zone, and then there's a penalty on top of that.
Their quarterback's going under center on this one.
Or an I formation.
And it looks like a run. That's number 2. Max Joseph taking the ball. It looks like about a 1-yard gain on that one.
Oh, that's too bad. You see the Rams trying to go into the more traditional running formation, the standard I formation, and just pound the rock a little bit to try to get that yards per carry back up above 3, and they pound the rock for a yard and a half, and more of the status quo in their run game.
So look, we got to think the Okanagan Sun are expecting a pass on this one. Again, he's going under center.
Still an I.
And an I formation under center. All kinds of movement on the defense. Somebody jumped there, flags on the play, but their quarterback number.
That is Duncan Little.
That is Duncan Little scrambling out to the sideline. There's a flag down on the near sideline. Duncan looked like he gained about 5 yards on that one. but there is a flag on the play. So whether they called an offside or whether the defense got back, yeah, it's a penalty.
Yeah, Sun were
against
bringing
the
the
Sun.
heat on that blitz and jumped early on the first cadence there.
So they're going to mark off 5. They're repeating the second down, so they still only moved the ball up to their own 40-yard line, so they've got 5 yards to go.
Yeah.
It's a 2nd and 5 situation. Is he going to go under center again?
Looks like we're still in I formation with trips over on the near side towards us, the wide side of the field.
All right, quarterback Duncan Little for the Langley Rams, and he is going to go under center again in an I formation. A lot of movement on the sides. Receivers running downfield on the right side. Short pass just at the first down marker.
Looks to me like a first down for the Rams. That's number 80, Angeletti.
Nick Angeletto.
Angeletto. I have it as Angeletti on my one piece of paper. Perfect.
So Langley is now on their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10. We're at 10-19 into it, and they have put that point on the board. So your Okanagan Sun are leading 1-0 at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. 1st and 10 from Langley's 46.
And they're still coming out in that I formation with 3 wide receivers on one side.
We're going old school under the center again. They're loaded up on the left side, on his strong side. And he was under pressure. Duncan Little ends up on the ground and an incomplete pass.
Trying to find Liam Stewart, who had a couple of huge catches for Langley a couple weeks ago against us. And just a little bit of miscommunication there, I think. He threw it into the dirt and didn't even see Stewart really looking for it.
It looked like he had some defense coming right in his face, so I'm not sure that wasn't one of the reasons that ball went up short.
Yeah, that too. It just definitely was taking some heat right up the middle there, Duncan Little was.
All right, we've got him under center again in the I formation. We're 2nd and 10 here. Receivers on the strong side. He fakes the handoff. He throws it right up the middle, just back at the line of scrimmage. Angeletti's broke some 2 tackles and made it about 17 yards out there. So 1st down for sure, and he's in Okanagan Sun territory.
Oh, yeah, that's Nick Angeletto on the crossing route. That was a great fake by the Rams. I'm not sure why the Sun linebackers were biting on that so hard on a 2nd and long with this run game, not really posing a huge threat. But they bit a little bit. Everyone got flowing the one way, and they found Angeletto going the other to kind of go against the grain for 15, 20 yards.
So the Sun 46, they start as a 1st and 10, trailing 1-0, or the Sun are up 1-0 on this one. Duncan Little under center again. No flags yet, and they go with the run right up the middle. There is 3 Suns on top of him. I can't see a number yet. Let's see who that is. So it's like Joseph Carter up there. Yeah, it was Joseph Carter with the run, and they're giving him no gain on that at all. No, they are. They're going to give him 2 yards.
Yeah, they gave him the forward progress in the 2 yards. But I look like it was the whole front 7 joining the tackle there to drive him back into the ground. And that's just been the way it's been for Langley. I'm not sure if it's an O-line thing or a scheme thing, but they're just not being able to find any holes.
So Duncan Little is making a habit of going under center. So he's under center again in the I formation. We got lots of motion. He throws a short pass out just over again, right by the 1st down marker.
John Aventini on the reception there, just outside, and they're getting a bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. I don't see any flags. I think they're going to say that was just a couple players tangled up trying to stand up on each other.
I think that might have been Jevin Katoy with that reception there.
I think that was number 15.
Yeah, Jevin Katoy.
Oh, Katoy. I'm looking at the rest. Oh, no, my sheet is right. That was
All right, under center again. 1st down. Langley's trailing 1-0. They're on the Okanagan Sun 34. Quarterback fakes, hands it off. He does hand it off, fakes out to the side, and there is a 2-yard gain.
Sean Aventini is number 14. Sorry, not number 15. That's why I was mixing up players there.
So it's a second down and 7 for the Langley Rams at the Sun 30-yard line. We're 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter with the Sun leading 1-0. Under center here, Duncan Little goes back to pass. He throws it out short. It's a low pass. Are they calling that a completed pass? It looks like it's completed with about an 8-yard gain on that one. That's going to call it 2nd and 2 at the Sun 24-yard line.
That was Angeletto again. This Rams passing attack is just all about the 1 to 3 step drops. Check to find the little seam, soft spot in the zone, throw it to the soft spot in the zone, and trust the receiver is going to land there before a defensive back does. It's been working great for getting chunk plays out of the Sun defense, but here we are, 3rd and short. Looks like
third and 1, and Jaden Chelan is out here for the kick, so they have changed their kickers. Number 84, it's Jaden Chelan out there, and it's going to be a 31-yard attempt. It is up, and it is good. So with 6:22 remaining in the first quarter, the Langley Rams have taken the lead 3-1. Let's go back to Steve in the studio.
To find out exactly what a project costs, you need to spend a block of time together and discuss what it's going to look like.
Gord Turner on why he does not do free renovation estimates.
The fears that people have about renovating, that it's going to cost twice as much or it's going to take twice as long, that never happens on our projects because we spend the time and put in the effort up front to make sure that everyone knows this is what your project's going to look like and this is what it's going to cost.
Gord Turner Renovations. They do renovations differently. Visit GordTurner.com.
You're listening to Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Your Okanagan Sun are trailing 3-1, and they've elected to receive the ball, so it's going to be kicked off after that field goal by Langley. And so the kick is off, and it is good, and it is picked up by...
That's Connor Richard on the pickup.
Connor Richard.
Linebacker. Oh, what
He's broken a couple tackles. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. He hurdled over the Langley defender. Unbelievable. Takes himself out, man. He makes it all the way out to their own 53-yard line. That was unbelievable. It's not very often you see that.
I don't know. Watch Richard enough. Keep your eye on that guy, and you'll notice that he loves to try to find any excuse he can to just go over guys' heads. He does it on the blitz all the time. Anytime there's somebody lines up to block him and you don't expect it, and he just does a little hop.
So there's a flag on the play. Holding on the return. So that is for naught as they take the ball all the way back to the Okanagan Sun 29-yard line. That is so disappointing. You got to be, if you're Richard and you make a play like that and then to have a holding penalty, it's very disturbing. So, shotgun formation. Keith Zyla is your quarterback tonight. In the I formation, they've swung him. He goes back to pass. He goes a short outside route. He's at the 5. He's got 5 yards gained on that one up to the 35. Did you get a number? I'm sorry. The opposite side of the field. That's number.
I think that's number 37 over there, Cakeley.
Javen Cakeley with that one with about a 6-yard gain. So your Okanagan Sun, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Sun loves being in that pistol where they last second move from pistol to regular gun. And sometimes they just have the running back leave altogether on those quick swing passes. They really love. Sun are loving that swing pass game for Zyla. Just quick, easy completions that get some yards after the catch for his playmakers. Gets the ball in people's hands.
Shotgun formation. He's got everyone in motion. He goes out to the side and is bobbled. It's an incomplete pass.
And that's the exact sort of thing that's just been killing the Sun this year. Those dropped passes where even if he caught it, I'm not sure he necessarily had the window to make the move to get the 3-4 yards he needed to, but you have to catch the ball to find out.
It looked like Malcolm Miller on that attempted reception, and it looked like he was just, looked like he was turning to run up the field before he had the ball in his hand.
I think he was a little too excited. I think he knew he had guys breathing down his neck a little bit, and he had to catch and make a move, and he was making a move before he caught it, which he's been pretty sure-handed for the Sun receiving core lately, so hopefully clears that.
Your Okanagan Sun kicker, Isaac Wagner, standing back in his own 20. He gets a little bit of a wobble on the snap, but he's got a beautiful kick away. It's picked up at the 28-yard line of the Langley Rams. Their runner's got it. He makes a twist and turn. That's Joseph. Runs out to the sideline and looks like he got it back to about their own 46, it looks like they're going to mark it at.
Looks like it's going to be about that, I think. There's that Joseph, though. Like, you got to be wary of that guy. He gets any sort of seam or open space out in that field, and he has the threat to go to the house any given play. And it's kind of unfortunate to not see it at all, really, yet. That was one of his more exciting plays.
It's been a lot of fun watching because 2 weeks in a row we've got to watch these Langley Rams, and they've certainly got a couple of very exciting players to watch with Joseph and Carter, both exciting players. So again, under center, their quarterback, 1st and 10 from their own 46. It's a handoff right up the middle, and he is stopped dead at the line of scrimmage. That looked like it might have been Joseph Carter.
Yeah, it was Joseph Carter. He's been really struggling in the run game this year, just because what we were talking about earlier with the total lack of open lanes for these Langley runners. And there again, he just gets to the line of scrimmage and just gets tackled back because he doesn't have enough space to even make a move on the Sun tackler.
So they're lining up. Quarterback's coming under center again. They've got a 2nd and 9 situation from their own 47. In an I formation. He fakes the handoff, throws it out short, and it is a complete. He bobbles the ball. I'm not sure. No, they're calling that the side linesman at the side calls that an incomplete pass. So it's going to be a 3rd and 9 situation. So that's going to advantage for your son on that one. They get a 3 and out.
As a defensive player, those are the plays that bugs me a little bit. Give him the fumble on that one. The way a catch is supposed to count is you catch it, and as soon as you secure the ball and hit the ground, it's a catch. He secured the ball, hit the ground, and as he hit the ground, he got popped and started to bobble it. Come on, let's get the turnover on those. Like, I want to see more turnovers.
But that actually looked like a good catch. I think you're right. I thought he had that. So their punter is back again. Is that it is? Jaden Shalen. It's a bit of a high snap. The kick is away. It's not a great kick. It's about your son 30. It's bobbled.
That's Javen Cakeley again on the return, I believe. Yeah, kick wasn't that too bad. Quite a bit of height, a little more height on it than he wanted. He didn't get that nice clean spiral we saw from Isaac Wagner earlier, but it allowed his cover team to get down the field and not a huge return. We'll see what the...
and there's a flag on the play. Is it going to be no yards?
That's what's really going to kill this punt for him, I think. Otherwise, it was not that bad of a kick, all things considered, with the pressure in his game.
And they're going towards Langley's end of the field. So they're marching that all the way out. And it is a no yards. And it is going to be marked at the Okanagan Sun. Your Okanagan Sun's 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Your Okanagan Sun trail 3-1 with 3:29 remaining in the first quarter.
And we're starting to see the Sun inch their way forward in this winning of the field control battle. The Sun special teams and defense and what they can get from their offense, they'll take.
And it's lobbed out to the side. Is that Cakeley again?
Oh, that was quite the collision there at the end.
That was Curry, Colton Curry with that one. And it looks like he got about a 3-yard gain on that. It was kind of a toss out to the side, and he went to the open side of the field.
That was quite a long run for a mere 4 yards. Probably ran 15 yards to get that, and then had to sprint through a collision.
All right, we're in a shotgun formation again. One of the players is tying his shoe. Let's see who that is. In the I formation, that is Colton Curry in behind. A little bit of motion on the receivers, and it's a handoff right. No, it's a fake. It was a fake, and that was under pressure, but not that much pressure, and it's an incomplete pass.
Oh, that's another one where you have to get that completion. That was a great fake by Curry. It faked out good portion of the defense. Linebackers froze. You got to Zyla just needs to calm down for that one moment. Plant his feet, find that receiver on the crossing route, and just hit him square in the chest.
I think he was
a little low, and he was a little panicked through his...
That's what he looked like.
Block was a little off.
He looked like he was trying to keep it low, but he kept it just a little bit too low. So Isaac Wagner back standing on his own 35-yard line, and we're going to be punting again. And he gets the punt away. It's a lot of air, a ton of air. It's going to be received at about the 20-yard line, and a lot of Sun players down there. He's going back and forth around the 23. And there's a flag on the play, and that looked like might have been Max Joseph.
I don't know if it was Joseph or I thought it said number 3, Denoya, maybe. Or 13? Is that Furlot? Yeah, 13 Furlot, I think, is the guy 13 is who I'm giving.
It was number 13, yeah. So, what's the flag? Let's see. They've got the flag picked up. The ball currently is marked on the 26-yard line. And it's a holding penalty. So, they're marking it back 10 yards. So, advantage Sun on this situation. Again, Isaac Wegner getting off a beautiful kick. They've moved the ball back to the 15-yard line. So, Langley starting deep in their own end at their own 15.
Like I was just saying, this is where the Suns start to win that field control game and just trust that either Isaac's going to get them 3 in a minute or two, or their offense is going to find a way into the end zone. Still an I formation.
Under center. It's not the shotgun, so we're going to see a lot of that diet today. He goes back. He flips it back to his runner. That's number 8. Running out to the sidelines. It's very close. It looks like a fumble. And your Okanagan Sun are indicating that they've recovered the ball. Okanagan Sun are indicating they've recovered the ball, but we see them begging for mercy. No, you got... Is it... I'm not seeing a signal.
I think they're saying he was down. I think they're saying he was down. And they're, we're saying second down and second short.
2nd and 2 yards, it looks like. So Langley remains possession of the ball. Number 27 for Langley. Joseph Carter is running in. So that's one of their running backs running into play right now.
That was Vincent Muhammad on the last carry, number 8.
So he got 9 yards. So it's a short situation.
Keep an eye out on that. Vincent Muhammad on the swing passes, the swing sweep runs.
So he's under center. 2 running backs behind him. And it's handed off. He's broken up through over the... did they give him forward position? They're
going to give him forward progress. I think that forward progress is enough for the first down, but it's hard to see from this angle exactly how far forward he got. And flags are flying.
2 flags right now, well after the play. So I'm thinking there's some objectionable conduct there because there was no one even near each other anymore.
If this extends the drive, that's going to be really frustrating for that Sun defense if they happen to get a stop there on that big 2nd and short.
They marking the ball on they're marking the ball. Here we are going to hear from the referee in just a second. So the Rams...
They get the first down on the play, and then afterwards they lose 15 yards.
So
we're basically back to where we were a minute ago.
Right. So it looks like they're going to mark the ball back on their 10, on the Rams' 10-yard line. So it's going to be, but they're not. Are they moving the sticks? Now they're moving the sticks. There we go. So it's a 1st and 10. So your Okanagan Sun trails 3-1 at 1:14 remaining in the first quarter. Langley has a 1st and 10 situation on their own 10-yard line. It's they're looking in the shadow of their pole there, or their own goalpost there.
It's kind of into I think again, or yeah, here we go. Oh, they're in balance though now, not 3 wide. Oh, they're coming into 3 wide, of course.
All right, so he's under center, no shotgun again, and he's going back to pass. He's gone out to the side. He's brought down immediately with about a 6-yard gain. It looks like a 6-yard gain. That was number 7, Victor Boulanger, receiving that pass. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4 situation for Langley. Again, Langley leads this game 3-1 on that field goal, a 34-yard field goal with 1:14 remaining. Under center again in the I formation, loaded up on the strong side. A lot of motion. He's going back to pass. He's gone out to the side. He's passed back to the line of scrimmage. That's Joseph Carter, and he gets out. We got flags flying after the play again. Joseph Carter gets it out to the 25-yard line, so he gets the first down.
I think they're saying that's on Tyler Going. I'm pretty sure they're going to say that Carter's knee was down right before Going hit him, and I think they're saying that he could have stopped and not put him into the ground. But if that's the case, I think that's a pretty questionable penalty because I think Carter was still trying to fight for forward progress. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
You got to be wondering, I mean, he can't see. He's standing above the guy. He can't see if his knee is on the ground. Another player holding him.
Yeah, he's still trying to fight forward. If I'm the coach, I'm definitely not upset with my player at that penalty. I'm definitely questioning the ref there. At this point in the game, it's not something to get too upset about. That is, I can see where the line is there, but if that is persistent throughout the game and you start to feel that it's going one way more than not, I expect the coaches to start getting their blood boiling.
1st and 10 situation for Langley on their own 40-yard line. Under center again. I formation.
Motion into 3 receivers on the wide side.
And he throws it back. There's a flag on the play already, and he's tackled.
Wow. Even when I think there's going to be a hole there for Carter, he just
Joseph Carter
gets to the line of scrimmage. He's enveloped by 2 or 3 Sun tacklers. I can't even credit one particular Sun defender with just sniffing him out. It's 2 or 3 guys every time. He can't even have the opportunity to drag him for a yard.
Joseph Carter, 1-yard gain. So it's a 5-yard offside penalty against your Okanagan Sun. That brings it out. It's a 1st down and 5 now. So Langley's at their own 45.
Marching the field a little bit on the Sun D.
They seem to be marching on penalties.
A little bit. The penalties are definitely helping, although they did have the one hurt them right at the start there after that 1st down.
So again, he's under center, no shotgun formation, I formation. This is Duncan Little, quarterback for Langley. He goes back to pass. He quick route, and it bounces off the receiver, Max Joseph, right off his chest. Incomplete pass, and that's the end of the 1st quarter. So let's go back for a quick commercial break. Back to the studio with your Okanagan Sun trailing 3-1 at the end of the 1st quarter.
Win or lose, touchdown or turnover, JDS Energy and Mining is proud to support local sports in Kelowna. They believe it's important to put youth at play where they can learn to be leaders. They believe in the habits and values learned from working in a team. They believe the skills today youth learn in organized sports will strengthen our community. JDS Energy and Mining, a proud community partner of local sports in Kelowna and your Okanagan Sun.
It starts here. This is Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150.
Jock Tire, Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl, home opener for your Kelowna Okanagan Sun. It is the end of the 1st quarter, and your Sun trail 3-1 against the Langley Rams. Your Sun are great-looking defense right now, not having great success moving the ball, but they're having a good job, doing a good job of stopping Langley Rams,
especially against the run. That Sun front 7, the defensive line and the linebackers do a great job sniffing out the run. And Langley struggled with the run a little bit all year, but playing this Sun D that especially specializes in stopping that, it's been a struggle to watch, even with this run-designed I formation that we're running out of all day.
So it's a 1st and 10. First play of the Duncan Little, quarterback, goes.
I was incomplete. We were actually 2nd and 5.
Sorry, 2nd and 5. That's right. We had the offside penalty. 2nd and 5 there, and it's an incomplete pass. So they're out. Their punting team is coming out on the field.
Well, they got the ball from their own 16, got the 1st down, pushed back to their own 10, and still made it out to their own 45. So talking earlier pregame about the yards the Rams are capable of putting up, that's a pretty decent 40-yard drive against a really strong Sun defense, even with the penalty assist. And it still has to end with a punt because of that strong Sun special teams and kicking game.
It looks like Matias Bueno is out on the field punting this time, and he is kicking from his own 32. There's not a great kick, and it's picked up at the 30. He's out to the 35, out to the 40. He's brought down. Who is that?
I didn't catch a number on that.
It looked like Javen Cakeley. Javen Cakeley got that one. He brought it out. So your Okanagan Sun are going to start from their own, my apologies, their own 39-yard line. 1st and 10 from their own 39.
If the Sun can retaliate with that quality drive that we just saw from the Rams, see if the Sun can put together a couple 1st downs here and push the ball into Rams territory.
So it's a gun formation in an eye. Loaded up it's a bad snap. Quarterback drops the ball. He tries to he gains a couple yards back, even though he was deep in his own end. So we're going to get a loss of 2 there. Keith Zyla goes down. It looks like he loses.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a bad snap or if he just dropped the snap or what was going on there, but yeah, just supposed to hand it off to the running back. And once the running back was past him and the ball was between his feet, he had to try to make something out of it. barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't even get quite back to the line of scrimmage.
So your Okanagan Sun trailing 3-1 here in the second quarter. They're a 2nd and 12 situation. Duncan goes in the shotgun formation. He's back to pass. He goes out to the sidelines. That's at the 45. He's at the 50. He's just about he's crossed the line of scrimmage. That's 89. I'm sorry. I'm not one of our normal receivers.
That's Adam Burton, one of the rotational receivers. He's been in and out a decent amount this season, but I haven't seen him catch that many passes. That was a great catch for the first down there for the Sun.
So your Sun have their first down in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 52-yard line.
Wonder if that's one of the guys that Ben was referring to in terms of trying to get more guys involved in the passing game.
It hands it off right up the middle. It's a 4-5 yard gain. Boy, they just pushed that pile straight forward. Was that Colton Curry on that one?
I believe that was Colton Curry. And just the difference between the Sun run game and the Langley run game is when the Langley running back hits the line of scrimmage, he's being met by Sun players and just driven into the ground. Well, when the Sun running back's hitting the line of scrimmage, he's running into the back of offensive linemen and helping that pile just fall forward for 5 yards. That's the biggest difference.
And it's a handoff again, right up the middle. And again,
nowhere to go there that time, though.
That's Javen Cakeley up the middle there. And it looks like maybe a 1 yard gain, but that puts it as 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, it looks like. So the punting team is coming out on the field. They cross the mid stripe. So they're going to be kicking the ball. The line of scrimmage is at the Langley Rams 54. Isaac Wagner has been absolutely magnificent all season long with his punts. So the Langley receivers, our punt returners, are deep. They're at their own, standing back at their own 6 yard line, anticipating a really great kick. It's a low snap. He gets it away, but it's not a great kick. He's gone sideways on the opposite side of the field. It bounces about the 28 yard line, and he's pushed out. There is no flag. Nope, we got no flag at all. So, you know what? A great kick. So Langley's going to be starting from their own 28.
Yeah, all things considered, that kick turned out real well. Low kick. Wagner didn't quite get as well a hold of it as he has been, especially with that first kick of the game. It really sailed with a nice spiral. Fortunately, that CFL field down there we got a little wider for him to get that bounce and gain the extra probably 5-10 yards that he wouldn't have normally gotten.
And no return. So your Okanagan Sun are trailing at 11:26, 3-1. 11:26 in the second quarter. Duncan Little going under center again. I formation. Receivers on the strong side. He goes back, fakes the pass.
Oh, they're throwing a flag on that? Yeah, I guess so. You're not allowed to touch the receiver while the ball's in the air, and
there was a collision.
They're saying the Sun defender stepped into the way of the Langley receiver while the ball's in the air there.
It looks like he was running a cross route, and yet the ball was thrown out to the sidelines.
I think that's just the way, from our perception, that's just the way it looked, I think. Didn't look like it was too bad a ball. I think he was trying to run that skinny post and was kind of knocked off stride into right into a much flatter post than he wanted to. And I think that's why they're throwing that flag.
So they're marching that one off.
All right, sorry. Spot out. Automatic first down.
So pass interference is the call. Automatic first down. They move the ball, the yard markers up to the 39. So Langley, with a 3-1 lead, are 1st and 10 from their own 38 yard line. Duncan Little under center again.
They're really loving this quick pass game out of the I formation, just trying to find the soft spots in the Sun zone.
2 receivers on the strong side. Fake handoff. It's not a fake handoff. It's a handoff right up the middle. Looks like about a 2 yard gain. Somebody's helmet come off there. That was number 64's helmet coming off. I'm not sure who came out of that pile. It looks like Max Joseph for the 2 yard gain.
I was wondering if it was going to be Joseph or Muhammad coming out of there again. Got to keep an eye out for Muhammad getting into the game. Just going to wonder if he's a specialty outside speed back, because that's the only time I've noticed him in the backfield is on that toss play.
So they're calling it 3 yard, 2.5 yard gain. So it's a second down, 7 or 8 on the Langley 41. Quarterback under center. He's got 3 servers on the left side. It's a toss back out to the running back.
Joseph.
And again, Max
doesn't
Joseph
quite make it, though, I don't think. I think he's still a yard short.
They're marking that ball. It looks like about a yard short of the first down. The first down marker is at the Langley 48, and it looks like it's on the 47.
Yeah, when you're a running back who really likes to use your speed to get to the outside, turning back upfield is a big deal because these wide sidelines, you can run a long way and not get that far.
So a third down and looks like a generous 1. Third down and 1, and the punting team's coming out.
This is definitely a time I'd keep an eye out for that, some sort of trickery on the kicking team's spot. We're near the middle of the field.
And the kicker, Matias Bueno, is standing back on his own 33-yard line. I don't think the Sun are falling for anything. I think they're very aware that this might be one of those fake situations with such a short. And it's a low snap, and it is blocked. It is blocked, and your Sun recover the ball.
That's number 10 with a giant leap. Connor Richard again. Loves going over the top on everybody.
Unbelievable. Connor Richard blocking that. That was, you know what, his hang time.
Block punt. That must be his third or fourth block punt. His hang time was definitely assisted by that blocker he just leapt on top of. Kind of held him there to almost find where the kick was going.
Unbelievable. It's
like
a
a
staggering
figure
watch.
skater for a second being held up in the air.
So your Okanagan Sun trailing 3-1 with just 9 minutes and 10 remaining in the second quarter. They're starting their 1st and 10 possession from the 37-yard line of the Langley Rams. In shotgun formation, it's an I, and it's a handoff right up the middle. It looks like a couple yards gained. Colton Curry again.
Yeah, not a whole lot of running space in this game so far for anybody. I haven't seen him make one in the game yet either.
Not at all.
Surprising. Normally those guys are really a 1-2 punch, sort of trading one drive for back and forth.
It's been all about Curry, and I haven't even seen Hansen today. Brendan Hansen usually in there as well.
Yeah, I saw Hansen coming off the field earlier, but I totally missed where he was on the field.
So in a gun formation.
He's been in there. I just haven't seen him carry the ball yet.
He's back to pass. And it's long. It's a wobbler. Oh, and we had pass interference on that one.
They're going to be calling pass interference. That's another one where, as a defensive guy, I think that's just sort of the battle for the ball in the air. But they're going to be generous to this offense, as refs are known to be, and we'll find out. Make sure that this is in fact on Langley. Yeah, it is.
It is on Langley, absolutely. So we're well into Langley's red zone now. The ball is being marked at Langley's 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for your Sun. Your Sun are trailing 3-1 with 8:16 remaining in the second quarter.
Looking like we're coming into pistol with the 3 receivers onto the boundary near side. Oh.
And they're handing off right up the middle. And he's bounced off the forward line, and he's not going to get any room at all. Langley was all over him. And again, Colton Curry.
I'm not sure how you're going to measure that, but I'm thinking that was 3 or 4 broken tackles for a grand total gain of 8 inches, maybe?
Maybe 8 inches.
I'm not even sure if they moved the stick.
No, they did. They've moved the stick about 8 inches.
Okay,
I think
cool.
you're bang on with that one.
That's a lot of effort there.
So Kurt Zyla, your quarterback for your Okanagan Sun, in here for the second game in a row. Shotgun formation. Is that Cartier standing behind him? Dakota Cartier. He's back to pass. And it's across the middle, and it's dropped.
Zyla takes a pretty good shot. And
that's Javen Cakeley dropping the ball at about with a 5-yard gain. That puts us down at 3rd and 10 in field goal, well within field goal range for Isaac Wegner, your leading scorer and player of the week, specialty player of the week for your Okanagan Sun. So they're going to be marking the ball, it looks like, at about the 28-yard line for Isaac Wegner. And they're in formation. Snap is back. It's good. It's up, and he's wide left. Wide left.
And the returner's going to get out of the alley.
No, he's not. He takes a knee. Gives up the single point. Gives up the single point and brings it out. So the Langley Rams continue to lead at 3-2 at 6:56 remaining in the second quarter. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Summer in Canada is an exceptional time of year, so it's fitting you'd want to enjoy it in a 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, where exceptional comes standard with smartphone link audio display, touchpad controller, and our intelligent super all-wheel control. Right now, choose between 8 weeks of payments on us, a $900 accessory credit, or a $900 cashback rebate with the Triple Diamond Sales event. Offer on approved credit. Conditions apply.
The best people and the best back cars. Valley Mitsubishi.
See Valley Mitsubishi for details.
Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
This is Jock Tire and Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl. Your Sun are trailing 3-2. It sounds like a hockey score with 6:48 remaining in the second. At their own 35-yard line, Langley starts with the ball. Quarterback is under center. I formation. He's going back. There's flags already on the play, and a wide open receiver. He is at the 10,
He's
the 5.
He's the guy who was offside.
It is touchdown, but it looks like it's going to be called back. They've indicated a touchdown.
That was Javon Katoy, but I'm pretty sure he jumped. He was the guy who jumped and it was like 2 or 3 yards downfield. I think he was onto his third step when the ball was snapped.
That might explain why he was so incredibly wide open, and there is no protest at all from the Rams. They're walking back there.
I'm surprised the Sun players even chased him down. If I knew what was going on there, I would have immediately just hit the brakes and let him burn himself out, friend. You want to do an 80-yard sprint? You go ahead.
So that's looks like a 5-yard loss for them. It'll be a 2nd and 15 situation, or is it a first and 15 situation? Back on their own 30-yard line is the Langley Rams, leading this game 3-2 with 6:26 remaining in the second quarter. Under center goes their quarterback, Duncan Little. I formation. He's got 2 running backs. He tosses it back. Is that Carter? And he gets out to the original line of scrimmage.
That's Joseph, I believe. Yeah, no, that's number 8. There we go. That's Muhammad again, Vincent Muhammad. That was in fact a toss play. So there you go. He's 2 for 2 on the tosses.
So they're back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now for Langley, leading this game 3-2 with 5:49 remaining in the second quarter.
I believe it's still Muhammad in the tailback position. So I'm expecting a sweep to the far side.
Lots of room over there on the far side. 2nd and 10. Duncan Little under center. And it's a handoff. This time it is Carter. He breaks the tackle. He's going to get a couple yards. He's got 4 Okanagan Sun who pushed him back. They pushed him back about 8 yards, but his forward carry is going to take him up about 4 yards. So it's going to be a 3rd and looks like they're going to mark that 3rd and 6. We're going to call it 3rd and 6 from their own 39. So
I think that may have been Joseph. The 8 looks like a 2 from up here, and then you see the 2 and you think it's 27. And there are these Langley running backs. It'd be nicer if they had a little bit more open field. It'd be easier to identify them. Although I guess not for the Sun. So
Matthias Bono back to kick, and the snap is really high. Couple of the Sun jumping up there, and it's the receiving it at his own 35. He's at the 40. His own 45. There's a flag on the play.
Nice dodge on that one, and he's hit.
And that was Javen Cakeley.
Or if he took a knee to the ribs.
That's Javen Cakeley, who's down on the field right now. He's not getting up too quickly.
It looks like he had quite the nice slip on that first juke, getting around that first tackler, but the momentum just carried him too hard into the second guy and caught an edge and rolled kind of like ribs first into the guy's knees. I'm not sure what exactly hurts, but it did not look like a fun way to go down.
No, so that's a costly penalty holding. It takes the Sun all the way back to their own 32. It was a nice run back, so all that punishment for naught. The Sun start trailing 3-2 with 4:35 remaining in the second quarter from their own 32-yard line. Shotgun formation. I formation.
We're in pistol right now. And
Sorry.
That's, quads in the front.
Oh, he's back for the pass. He's gonna tuck in underneath for Keith Zyla, and he gains about 4 yards.
That was a great pull down right there. He really wanted to throw that on the near side. I think that says number, is it 21 or 81? I think that's 21 over there for the Sun. That's Brandon Hansa.
So your Okanagan Sun 2nd and 6 here. from their own 35.
Keep an eye on him, though. His hands number 21. I've seen Zyla look at him 2 or 3 times so far today, and every time he does, he has to just pull the ball down, and then he gets in a bit of a panic with where to go next. But he's going to find him sooner or later.
Pistol formation, fake handoff. He's going out wide to the pass. He's downfield. Who is that? Oh, my goodness.
Just through his outstretched hands. He's trying to do the turnaround and back pedal to try to find it.
It looked like Malcolm Miller out there on the flat, and
it's hard to see that
he
far.
tripped over his own feet.
Yeah, going for the big dive backwards over your head, and that was one of those where you almost have to just find a way to fire your feet, turn around, and try to catch it over your shoulder, but couldn't find a way to get his body contorted around to go and make that play.
Okay, so your center off. They're going to punt here on a 3rd and 6 situation. Isaac Wagner back to punt, and it's just about blocked, and he's kicked it at an angle over, and it stays in the Suns' end. That's not what we expect from Isaac Wagner. So Langley very fortunate on that one. It's about a 25-yard kick. That's about all they're going to get out of that one.
That was number 3, Denoya, coming off the edge, totally unblocked with some serious speed, just leaping out, trying to catch that ball off Wagner's foot. Really, really scared him a bit. I don't think he saw him coming to the last second and just forced him to shank it.
So 3:19 remaining in the second quarter. Your Sun are trailing 3-2, and the Langley Rams are starting from your Okanagan Sun 50-yard line. There looks like some confusion over there. Duncan Little, the quarterback, he calls a timeout, but there's a flag on the play. So
they're about to call him.
That's all it was a timeout.
They're going to call him on delay a game, I think. Or
the clock ran down. Duncan Little is running to the sideline to get some. So we're getting a timeout.
Oh, too many men. That's what's going on. We didn't get the timeout. They got the too many men.
10-yard penalty for too many men. So that takes them back to their own 50. Very fortunate for the Sun. Moving them back.
Wow. Now it doesn't even move the sticks either. So we're 1st and 20. That's a big one.
That's a huge penalty, especially when they had such great field position. So Langley starting in their own 50 with a 1st and 20 situation. With 3:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Duncan Little under center. Pistol formation. And there's a lot of confusion. He's going back to pass. There's nobody open. Duncan Little is going to get taken down. Your Okanagan Sun all over him. And he's back at his own 45-yard line. He had so much room that he could have let that thing go.
Yeah, I think he had 2 options of at least trying to let a teammate try to make a play or do something. And instead, he just held on to the ball instead and took a huge sack. We're now 2nd and what are we at? We're 2nd and
25, I think.
25.
2nd
almost.
and 25 from their own 45-yard line. Wow. How you go from really great field possession to really bad very quickly. And Duncan Little did not. That's the first time he's really looked like he was not poised out there in the field. He looked really uncomfortable. It looked like they didn't know what was happening. His receivers were just scrambling.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was some miscommunication between him and his receivers, but most of the night he's been really settled where he gets the ball, takes his 2 steps, and just lets it fly. And there he took his 2 steps, and looks like he was surprised by what he saw, so he didn't know where to go with it or who was going to be where.
So he's under center again. He's got 2 men back. And he lobs it out to the running back, number 27, who gets hammered by your Okanagan Sun. He makes about a 4-yard gain, brings it up to their own 49-yard line, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 21. I don't think it's close enough for them to try anything tricky, so I think the punting unit's coming out onto the field.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet.
With your Okanagan Sun trailing 3-2, again, it sounds like a hockey score, with 2:26 remaining in the half.
This has been the Sun defense is just so strong, and the Sun offense. Well, not to take anything away from the Langley defense, but the Sun offense has had quite a few struggles.
High snap. Matthias Buono, the kicker, gets away a very short kick.
Great bounce, though.
And it picked up at the Sun 25. He's up to the 30. He's up to 35. He's up to the 40. He's brought down at his own 45.
Is that Cakeley again?
It is. I believe that was Cakeley again. So your Okanagan Sun have just over 2 minutes remaining in the half, and they're going to be starting at their own 46-yard line. See if they can get some movement going here with just minutes left in the second half, trailing 3-2. Let's see what the Sun can do with it this time.
Second quarter
In the half. First half.
Yes.
Sorry. Keith Zyla back in the shotgun. Goes back to pass. Up the middle.
Oh.
It's a 5-yard with about a 4-yard run. Looks like they're going to mark that for a first down.
They're right around the first 6. I think they're giving us 11. I think that's going to be a first down.
That is a first down. They're moving the sticks. They've crossed into Langley territory. They're at the Langley 54-yard line now. With 1:59 remaining in the first half.
Trying to catch you on who got that pass, because that was a bit crowded there in the middle, and he almost split the defenders right up the middle. If he could have just found a way to squeak through an extra step earlier, he might have been able to get off to the horse.
Langley player fixing a broken helmet out there in the field. He's still messing with it. And a lot of runners in motion. And Zyla's just about taken down. Now he is taken down. He's brought down for about a 6-yard loss at his own 50-yard line. That's Keith Zyla coming down.
That's too bad. He really did a great job to dodge that first pressure right off the start. And I was hoping he just reset his feet, let the ball fly down the sidelines. Honestly, I would rather see an interception off of a deep pass than 10 yards lost on a sack. A sack is almost as bad as an interception for killing a play. And if you just throw it deep, you're giving your guy a shot at least.
So your Okanagan Sun have called a timeout. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
You've got the game on, you're hungry for the next big play, but your stomach has other ideas. Hit your hunger hard with Papa John's. Head over to papajohns.ca to see their full roster. If the Suns score 30 or more, the next day you can get 50% off any pizza when you use the promo code GOSUNGO. Try Papa's Ultimate Meats Pizza or delicious garlic knots and head straight for the touchdown. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun.
Under the helmet and between the 50s. This is your all-access pass to Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150.
Jock Tire Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl with your Okanagan Sun trailing 3-2 with 1:46 remaining in the first half. It's a 2nd down and 16 situation. Your Sun have the ball at their own 50-yard line. Keith Zyla, your quarterback today in the shotgun formation. It's along. He hands it off up the middle. It's a fake. What a great fake.
And they can't.
And Colton Curry cannot hold on to that ball.
The ball's just thrown a little bit back shoulder on him. It's like, as a quarterback, you want to be able to throw it to the front shoulder when a guy's running. You want him to run into the ball, catch it, and keep going with his life. But Zyla, having that little bit of rest that he's had, he's doing one of the classic quarterback problems that they have is when you let go, you throw it to where you're looking. And if you're looking at your player, you throw it to where he was, not where he's going to be. And guys just can't hit the brakes quick enough.
So 3rd and 16, Isaac Wagner is out to punt. Good snap. And the punt is away. It's picked up about the Langley 25. He's at the 28. He's at 50. He's crossed midfield. He's wide open. He's going down. He's going to be 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Langley. There is a flag down in the backfield. It may be a no yards, but there's a flag down in the backfield. It could be holding.
He's waving it off. He's saying it's going to be a hold, or they're saying decline.
And that is a touchdown for Langley.
That was Jake Furlot on the return. He caught it just with some serious wheels going off the bounce, and the Sun cover squad just wasn't prepared for it when he got that much speed going.
So he runs it from his own 30 all the way down for a touchdown. That's at 1:26. So your Okanagan Sun, the kicking team, is out on the field now for that extra point. But after this, they're going to be trailing 10-2. Very disappointing. And you consider that their defense has actually been the strong suit here.
Yeah, defense and special teams have been the strong suit. Then the special teams just gave up a huge return touchdown, and offense really has to find a way to get some points on the board here.
So they've called a timeout. I'm not really sure what happened there. But, it's funny. They've changed kickers again. Their place kicker Jaden Shalin is now out there. It's been Matthias Buono on and off this game, so they seem to be switching duties in and out a little bit.
Both these guys seem pretty capable. I'm not sure if either of them are dealing with injuries or if they're trying to have a bit of a tryout going on or what the rhyme or reason is for their... they've both done a little bit of both, I think, at this point.
And so they're ready to go. And again, it's Jaden Shalin in for the single, going for the single point. It's up, and it is good. So your Okanagan Sun are now trailing 10-2 with 1:26 remaining in the first half. Let's go to a commercial break.
Honey?
Yes, dear.
Did you see all the big colorful ads at the airport?
Yep. Pattison Outdoor does them. They also do the ads in the bus shelters and on the benches, plus all the billboards we keep passing.
Wow, they're everywhere. I think I have an idea to help our business grow.
Pattison Outdoor is everywhere. Visit PattisonOutdoor.com and find out why.
Pattison Outdoor, supporting our community and proud sponsor of the Okanagan Sun.
Go, Sun, go! Go, Sun, go! Go, Sun, go!
You're listening to Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Jock Tire back here at the Apple Bowl. 1:26 remaining in the first half with your Okanagan Sun trailing 10-2 to the Langley Rams. They're about to receive. Langley's got the ball set up on their own 45. They're kicking off after scoring that punt return touchdown. And here's the kick. It's up. It's getting picked up around the Sun 10-yard line. He's at the 15. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. He's broken a couple tackles. He's out over the 30. He's about the 32-yard line.
I think that was Richard on that return. I'm not 100% on that.
So your Okanagan Sun defense has been awesome up until that last punt return. Found some open field and ran from his own 30-yard line for a touchdown for Langley to break this game open a little bit before the first half. So with 1:18 remaining in the first half, your Okanagan Sun take over the ball at their own 32-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 situation. This week's quarterback is Keith Zyla, number 3, in for your Sun. He's in a
pistol formation.
Pistol formation. It's a handoff up the middle. He's got about a 4-yard gain. Who was that in the backfield with that one?
I guess Curry. It's been the Curry show most of the day, but
Hanson standing there.
Oh, is Hanson back in then? That would be good.
Hanson is back in, and it looks like they're marking that as a 3-yard gain. So your Okanagan Sun at their own 34-yard line. So it's a 2nd and 7 situation. It's a pistol with quads. Fake handoff. He goes out to the sideline. He's out to the 40, 42. It looks like just enough. He crossed that line of the 10-yard mark. It looks like a first down situation. Let's see where they marked this ball.
It looks like it was right around the sticks. Oh, that pointed first down.
They marked it to indicate a first down. So your Sun trailing 10-2 with 50 seconds remaining in the first half. So they're going to be hurrying up a little bit here. They're at their own 42, 1st and 10 situation. Keith Zyla, back, receivers in motion. He's back to pass. He's got all kinds of time, and it's over the head.
Pressure in his
of
face.
Javen Cakeley.
Pressure in his face, so he let it sail a little bit on him, and a little too tall for Cakeley there, and too short for the guy running the level beyond him.
So with 41 seconds remaining in the first half, it says 2nd and 10 from their own 42. Trailing 10-2, your Sun would really like to put some points on the board before the half.
Oh, absolutely. It would also just be a huge boost to the confidence of this Sun offense, who's really been struggled to move the chains today.
Snaps back. He's going back to pass. It's long. He's going deep, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted at the 45-yard line. He's running it back. He's crossed the midfield stripe. He's across the 40. He's at the 35. He's brought down at the Okanagan Sun 33. That was an interception thrown by Keith Zyla. Unfortunately, with 27 seconds left, trailing 10-2, the Langley Rams are going to take over with time on the clock to see if they can put some more points on the board instead of the Sun.
Who was that on that interception? That's number 32 playing safety over there for Langley? If it was, I don't have a 32 on my sheet.
Well, at the 33, the Sun 33, Langley's got the ball. 1st and 10 situation with 27 seconds left, and they are leading 10-2 already. Duncan Little goes back under center.
That might have been number 33, Akoli, on that interception.
Lots of motion there. He flips it back to number 27, who's getting out to the sidelines. He's got a 3-yard loss on the play. 3-yard loss on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 13. He's driving that almost was a disappointing play for Langley, you got to think, because that's pushing them out of field goal range. With only 22 seconds left and a 8-point lead, they would have loved to put some points on the board.
Definitely. This is something a longer field goal than you might be comfortable with. So running outside, too, that just gives so much more opportunity for those lost yards. I would have expected some sort of misdirection up the middle just to try to find a seam.
So Duncan Little under the center again. 2nd and 14. He's going back to pass. Little bit of pressure. Oh, and he catches the ball. Unbelievable catch right around the 20-yard line. Falls forward. That's number 80. Number 80. They move in.
Angoletto on that huge catch. Haven't heard his name here in a little while. But
and that's a first down. And it's a hurry-up offense with 17 seconds left. They've stopped it. So to give
timeout. Got a timeout here for Langley.
Timeout Langley. It looks like it's going to be marked at the 17, the 18-yard line. They're marking that ball. Timeout Langley. With 17 seconds left, Langley leads 10-2 over your Okanagan Sun. Sun need a big stop here. It's they're getting the water bottles out there.
Where's the yard? Where are we? Is that 20?
It is at the 17.
Oh, wow, 17.
So we're definitely back into field goal territory.
17 seconds left on the 17-yard
line. 17 seconds left in the first half. And
Langley, I believe, has one more timeout after this, so I think they can afford to do whatever they'd like, really, and then still be able to kick a field goal.
So Duncan Little has gotten his instructions from head coach, and he's running back in for the huddle right now. With 17 seconds left, they're breaking the huddle.
Looks like we're still in I formation, trips. 3 receivers to one side.
And they're loading up the Sun low, and looks like they're going to be blitzing him right now. And he's back. He's gone back to throw. He's wide open, number 15, and that is a touchdown for Langley. Touchdown, Langley. That's an 18-yard touchdown for Langley. Wow. With just 13 seconds left.
Javon Katoy there on another big play there for Langley, and one of their bigger playmakers. And Sun really advertised that they were just going to blitz and make sure that they weren't going to run up the middle at all. And
it almost looked like they were faking the run up the middle, and their quarterback Duncan Little, so much poise.
I think they figured that worst case scenario, they get sacked and they're still probably in field goal range. Best case scenario, the Sun safeties aren't nowhere to be found, and they have an open man over the middle.
And that kick looked low. I don't see a signal for the field. I don't see any signal. Again, we're getting a tough time with these referees. Was that convert good or not?
I think the one ref is signaling that it's wide. Or no.
So with 13 seconds left on the clock, the scoreboard says 17. So we're going to go 17-2, and we're going to go for a quick commercial break.
Simply Computing has been around for over 30 years, almost as long as the Okanagan Sun. They know a thing or two about Apple and made it their specialty. Ask about training in the comfort of your own home. Let one of Simply Computing's professionals spend an hour or more teaching you what you'd like to learn at your own pace. Check out simply.ca to book your at-home training session. Simply Computing, downtown at 1546 Pandosy, the Okanagan's Apple specialist, and proud to support the Okanagan Sun.
From our team to yours, this is Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
With your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-2, 13 seconds left in the first half. It's Carson Park and Jock Tire back here at the Apple Bowl. They're receiving on the kickoff with just 13 seconds left. It's a great kick from Langley. It's bobbled at the 1 yard line. He's running it out. He's out about the 20. and 22, and he's brought down. I didn't get a number on that bus, but
I'm gonna guess by the giant leap it was probably Connor Richard.
It looked like Connor Richard out there. So your Okanagan Sun have almost no. They got 4 seconds left in the first half, trailing 17-2. Very disappointing on a couple plays there, giving up some big yardage and
those last 2 minutes have really seen the Sun sort of fall apart on that huge kick return, and then big interception allowed, and then the Sun defense sort of being soft on the over the top on that touchdown, and really, really surprising last 2 minutes for this Langley team to really pull ahead here going into the second half.
So pistol formation, and in the back, we got to run up the middle. He trips over the line of scrimmage and falls about 7 yards in, and that's going to take us to the end of the first half. With your Okanagan Sun at halftime trailing 17-2, let's see if they can regroup in the locker room. We'll be back.
Get behind the wheel at Orchard Ford. Orchard Ford is the top-rated dealership in all of BC for customer satisfaction. They're family-owned, family-run, and have been a family values dealership for over 35 years. By looking after their customers, they've grown to be the #1 new vehicle dealership in all of BC. Orchard Ford also offers BC's biggest inventory. A big thank you to all of their customers. Orchard Ford, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Online, orchardford.com.
Come on, let's go!
Highway Through Hell is gearing up for one action-packed season. Unpredictable weather. Unbelievable moments.
Watch it!
Our highway heroes are at the ready.
Hey, here comes Calvary!
For anything.
Holy!
And it's going to be epic.
Oh!
I'm expecting mayhem. An all-new Highway Through Hell, Tuesday at 7 on Discovery.
Win or lose, touchdown or turnover, JDS Energy and Mining is proud to support local sports in Kelowna. They believe it's important to put youth at play where they can learn to be leaders. They believe in the habits and values learned from working in a team. They believe the skills today youth learn in organized sports will strengthen our community. JDS Energy and Mining, a proud community partner of local sports in Kelowna and your Okanagan Sun.
Your chance to build in Kelowna's most desired area starts now with Madison Avenue Group. The Orchard and the Mission provides and builds on a one-of-a-kind location in the heart of Kelowna's Lower Mission. Lake views, mountains, and meadows, all conveniently located close to parks, schools, and more. Madison's unique model home choices mean you can start your next chapter today. Home site reservations are being accepted now. For more information and to register, visit liveorchard.ca.
Maxim Auto Body understands that you really don't want to see them because, well, it means your vehicle has been in an accident. Let them make things better for you with superior workmanship and efficient service. Maxim does ICBC claims, collision repairs, and custom paint. Estimates are free and courtesy cars available. Maxim Auto Body, making friends by accident. Maxim Auto Body on Railway Avenue, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Online, maximautobody.com.
Rona is a proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun and a strong community supporter. They're ready to help you tackle every project you've got. Think Rona for every job, from renovating the house to upgrading the bathroom. Whether it's a huge undertaking or just a small fix-up, they have the products, the prices, and the expertise you need to get the job done right. Visit Rona.ca and tackle every project with Rona, doing it right. 1711 Springfield Road, proud sponsor of your Okanagan Sun.
I'm James Marshall from Marshall's Home Living with a shout out to the Prestige Hotels and Resorts. This is one of BC's finest family-owned chains of resorts, hotels, and inns, and it's celebrating 25 years of outstanding service. Way to go, Hubers and the Prestige Hotels and Resorts.
Marshall's Home Living, the best furniture for the best community, with unique and traditional furniture and accessories from the High Point Market. Plus, 3 edgy, provocative new wall art lines you must see at Marshall's Home Living, Highway 97 at Banks Road.
This is Okanagan Sun football. Hear it, live it on AM 1150.
This is Jock Tire back here at your Apple Bowl. The Okanagan Sun are trailing 17-2. We had an opportunity to talk to Matt Blocker, the head coach of the Langley Langley Rams right before game time. Let's listen to that interview. Coach of the Langley Rams, Matt Blocker, we're here playing the same team 2 weeks in a row. How is that? How tough is that? You had a bye week in between, but same team back to back.
Yeah, it always is. You know, it's. I think after you play each other, I mean, the good thing is, I mean, yeah, you can add, you know, a few things here and there, but at least you get a good feel for each other, right? So you can kind of get a little more in depth into your breakdown compared to not playing a team, right? But you know, I think the other part about it is you know, it builds a little bit more. You know, when it comes to the intensity level of the game, and I expect this game to be a little more intense than the first game just because you're playing back to back.
You had a real defensive battle last game. I mean, it was nip and tuck. You guys had the lead going into the third quarter. Real defense. Do you expect the same? Or are you guys going to open up a little bit more in this game?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I think, you know, the Sun have a great defense. So, you know, our defense needs to match theirs. And you know, our defense is playing pretty good as well. So, if that's the case, yeah, we're going to have two defenses that are, you know, are going to be tough to score on. So we expect it to be, you know, down to defense and special teams. And like the first game, you know, we were the team that made the errors on special teams, and, you know, they capitalized on it finally and were able to beat us at the end on it, right? So, you know, that's what we got to be able to do a hell of a lot better job than what we did there in game one. And when we do have our opportunities, we got to get points. I mean, it's tough to score against this defense. So when you do get a chance, you got to get something. You got to get field goals or touchdowns out of it. So that's our goal this week.
You're playing against a team that has not been home in 4 games. This is the first time since last season they've been home. You got to know that they're going to be maybe a little bit more pumped up. How have you prepared your guys maybe for the start of this game where there's a, you know, just a little more noise than normal?
Yeah, you know, it's different. We obviously, you know, home opener, and we got a little experience because it was, you know, in Chilliwack, it was a pretty packed house there for their home opener. So we kind of got a little bit of it, but, you know, we just got to stay in it in the first quarter. And once it settles down and it's a football game, it's going to be a football game, right? So we just can't be too overwhelmed in the first quarter and play sound, you know, offense, defense, and special teams and make sure we're competitive. We just compete on the field, the noise and all that kind of stuff will go away. And you know, hopefully we do something well, then maybe we take the noise out of it a little bit. But we just got to focus on ourselves and play good fundamental football to start with. And if we do that, then we'll be in the game and you know, and then we'll compete from there.
Head coach Matt Blocker. So that was Matt Blocker, head coach of the Langley Rams. Matt Blocker, we're here, and your Okanagan Sun trailing at halftime 17-2. So obviously the game plan for Langley has been working. In the last 2 minutes, they managed to put 14 points in less than 2 minutes on the board. Thanks to some faltering defense and an interception thrown by your quarterback, Keith Zyla, for the Okanagan Sun. Let's go to a quick commercial break, and then let's get ready for the second half here at the Apple Bowl.
Well, time to update my Facebook page.
What's to update, Eric? All you have on there is pictures of appliances.
I know. Doesn't it look awesome, Bree?
Not for your personal page. Why don't you make a Facebook page just for the store?
Yeah, but can I have pictures of appliances on it?
Of course, as many as you like.
Eric loves appliances. Visit Eric's Refrigeration, where you'll always get good as new appliances at unheard of prices. You can now find them on Facebook, in your Yellow Pages, or on Ellis at the corner of Recreation. Online, ericsrefrigeration.ca.
It's about hiring the right people. They get it's about more than us. It's about the client, and it's about how we deliver the service and that we want to do it differently. Our team understands that. Not everybody gets that.
Gord Turner on what makes Gord Turner Renovations different.
We hire for character and we teach for skill. We hire nice people. We hire good-hearted, well-intentioned people, and then we train them to do the work and run the process like we want them to run it.
Gord Turner Renovations. They do renovations differently. Visit GordTurner.com.
Get behind the wheel at Orchard Ford. Orchard Ford is the top-rated dealership in all of BC for customer satisfaction. They're family-owned, family-run, and have been a family values dealership for over 35 years. By looking after their customers, they've grown to be the #1 new vehicle dealership in all of BC. Orchard Ford also offers BC's biggest inventory. A big thank you to all of their customers. Orchard Ford, a proud supporter of the Okanagan Sun. Online, orchardford.com.
Win or lose, touchdown or turnover, JDS Energy and Mining is proud to support local sports in Kelowna. They believe it's important to put youth at play where they can learn to be leaders. They believe in the habits and values learned from working in a team. They believe the skills today youth learn in organized sports will strengthen our community. JDS Energy and Mining, a proud community partner of local sports in Kelowna and your Okanagan Sun.
The summer is here, you can feel the heat. Don't want to get burnt? Head on down to Auction World for the coolest deals in town. Whether you need a car, truck, 4x4 SUV and like to save money, Auction World has a vehicle for you. If your budget is $200,000 or $40,000. With over 300 vehicles to choose from and a large selection of motorbikes, boats, trailers, and RVs, Auction World is your one-stop summer shop. Stay cool knowing you save thousands on your vehicle purchase this Saturday.
Auction World saves you money. KelownaAuctionWorld.com.
Adventure, fun, and technology in one scavenger hunt. AM 1150 is proud to sponsor the 2018 Rotary Fox Hunt. Sign up your team of friends, coworkers, or family members for this fundraising race against the clock. Submit pictures or videos as proof of completed challenges. Do as many as you can in 90 minutes. Proceeds to Joanna's House and Hands in Service. Register today for the 2018 Rotary Fox Hunt, Saturday, September 22nd. Find out how at am1150.ca.
AM 1150 is Kelowna's home for BC Lions football as Wally Buono's Leos take on the best of the CFL with Grey Cup on their minds. BC Lions football on AM 1150. Visit am1150.ca for more. CKFR, a Bell Media radio station. This is Kelowna's AM 1150. News, talk, sports. You're listening to Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Jock Tire Carson Park back here at the Apple Bowl with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-2 at halftime. Carson, I'm not going to lie, this is a little more entertaining. I watched the cheer squad go out there do an awesome show. Right now we have some kids running around playing soccer in giant inflatable outfits. Very entertaining. The last 2 minutes of that half, not so entertaining if you're a Sun fan.
Yeah, definitely. The last 2 minutes really, well, with a minute and a half left, I think it was still 10-2, and the Sun were hoping to score with some time left on the clock to end the half. And then suddenly an interception goes the other way for a minute, that big punt return touchdown, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, we're down 2 scores, not 1. Well, what's going on here? Yeah, the really, really shocking end of that half for the Sun, especially with how most of the game was going. Pretty stellar defense and special teams. And the Sun special teams, I think, was even winning the edges of that battle. But the big punt return touchdown really swings the momentum on that one.
Yeah, 126 was that punt return touchdown. At that point, it was 3-2. Like I said, it was like a hockey score, and it was a battle of defense. Neither offense could find a gear. Then there's that punt return from his own 30-yard line, running it down for a touchdown. And then it looked like the Sun might threaten to get some points back.
I thought the Sun were going to try to make it a 10-9 game, or maybe go for 2 and make it 10-10 going into half. And all of a sudden, it's 17-2, and this game suddenly looks like it's in danger of going to blowout in the wrong direction. And you look at the stat sheet, and yeah, the Sun are definitely being outplayed at the moment. But a 2-score game is a little more than you expect with these numbers. Big defensive game. If you're like a defensive battle, this is the stat sheet that you want to look at. The Sun only have 64 total offensive yards. The Rams aren't doing a whole lot better. They barely cracked 100 total offensive yards in that first half, 109. That's not including that big kick return touchdown, because that'll add chunks of yards in for you. But you take away the big kick return touchdowns, the big interceptions, and some of the block kicks for the Sun, and it's been a whole lot of stingy defense, good tackling. Not even a whole lot of penalties. The Sun have 7 penalties, sure, but under 50 yards in penalties that first half. 44 yards penalties. Rams have 6 for 70. That's more than you'd like, but it's not getting out of hand by any means.
No, and I'm looking at the stat sheet from the first half, and what is glaring again, and it seems like we're saying this every week, is the passing. The Okanagan Sun really aren't doing a lot with the ball in the air.
Yeah, the rushing attacks. The Rams are actually almost keeping up to beating the Sun at the moment, which is shocking. I feel like they've barely gotten past line of scrimmage, but we have the stats at 33 yards rushing for the Rams and only 29 for the Sun. And then through the air, it's 91 for the Rams and 40 for the Sun. You need to be getting more yards than that. But it immediately becomes apparent when you see what's going on in the once you put the ball in the air. The Rams have put the ball in the air 12 times. They've come away with 8 receptions, 91 yards and a touchdown out of that. That's what you expect out of 12 balls in the air. That's a good day.
You know,
and they put the ball up 11 times. They've only gotten 4 completions in the interception. You need better ratios than that.
Yep. I mean, Duncan Little, the quarterback for Langley Rams, has looked confident and comfortable in the pocket out there. I don't know what it is, but every snap has been out from under center instead of in a shotgun formation.
I think their strategy this week, just watching it, the way he's releasing the ball, the Sun are pretty known for running a strong cover 3 zone style defense where they don't deviate a whole lot from their zone style. And the zone is really strong against certain passing concepts where you want to run a guy to a place that there's already a defender waiting there for you, so you can't do that. But it has the same weakness as it does strength in that there's soft spots in the zone where if you can identify where those soft spots might be, he knows before the play's even started where he's throwing the ball. So most of the time he looks super comfortable. He just takes a snap, takes maybe 3 steps, and he throws it where he expects to. And there's a soft spot in the zone. The route combination opened up the guy he wanted to be open. Easy completion. So that's why they're getting those 8 out of 12. Whereas the times he's looked confused, most of his incompletes and the sacks that he's given up are where he sets his feet and he looks to that spot and he sees something he didn't expect, where the Sun defense is either changing it up on him or there's a miscommunication with the receiver and he wasn't where he expected him to be. But for the most part, the Rams have done a much better job than the Sun today in terms of keeping their receivers and quarterbacks on the same page.
And I mean, when you look at the Sun with their actual yards receiving, a lot of that's been on the running game. It's been swing passes.
Yeah, swing passes to the screens to the receivers, the quick screens to the receivers, and those swing passes out to the running backs where it's just catch the ball and turn it into almost a faster toss play almost.
So it seems like they're not getting the yards through the air. They're getting them on the ground even when it's passing. They're not getting those big passes. The hands just aren't there. The guys.
It's hard to blame it entirely on the hands though this week, especially where we've seen Zyla hit the back shoulder on a few receivers where you have the guy crossing and you need to throw it to where he's going to be, not where he is. And when you throw it to where he is, he has to hit the brakes immediately and make a heroic back catch while a guy who's chasing him is probably going to hit him. It's a very, very difficult catch to make in what should be easy, just toss and catch, pitch and catch plays for 6+ yards. They're turning into incompletions and punts.
The teams are heading out there for the meeting at the midfield stripe. The atmosphere is unbelievable here. This is the home opener with 4 weeks spent on the road while they do track repairs to the running track around the Sun Bowl, the Apple Bowl. And it is a great crowd out here. It's like a festival. There is a lot of people. It's in the thousands of people here. Over in the far corner, the barbecue and the beer gardens are going. And it's really loud. So we're really hoping that the crowd can get this Okanagan Sun back into the game, trailing 17-2 at halftime. We're already hearing a lot of noise, so let's see if it can make a difference in the second half and see if the Sun can, you know what, stop making the big mistakes and see if they can get the air game happening, or even more importantly, get their running game back to where it normally is.
Yeah, the run game especially, it would be good to see it. If they can get the run game, get them a first down or 2 here to start the second half. I don't know if it doesn't have to be 2 runs in a row to get the first down, but just get a big 8-yard run just to help them make that easy second down play so they can move the sticks, get some confidence building, get the chains rolling, and hopefully get some points on the board early to get back in this game and give the Sun D a break, especially.
So it's dark here in Kelowna now. There is very little wind. The lights are on. It is a beautiful night in Kelowna. Your Okanagan Sun will be kicking off from their own 45. It's Isaac Wegner coming out. He's placing the ball. They've got 2 men back. Langley has 2 men back to receive this. And we are just about to get underway the second half with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-2. The whistle is blown. And here comes the kick. Beautiful kick. It's picked up at about the 17-yard line. That's number 13 for... He's going to do a lot of lateral moving sideways back and forth. He crosses the 20. He's crossed the 25. He's just over the 25.
That was for Lawson, the return, the guy who had the big punt return touchdown earlier on. His punt return touchdown, it was successful because he got it on the run at pace way quicker than the Sun expected him to, so they didn't have a chance to break down and rally to him. There he kind of let it bounce around a little bit, and he juggled it for a second, and really had no chance to do anything with it once he finally got a handle on it. It really shows the difference in what happens when you get it clean and don't.
So the 26-yard line of their own Langley starts with the ball. Again, their quarterback, Duncan Little, starting under center.
Going to be an I formation all day, it looks like.
And he fakes the handoff, and he does hand it off right up the middle. Sun all over him. He manages to cross the line of scrimmage and gets about 3 yards on that play.
Tried to do a little bit of misdirection there. They've who's that ball carrier right now? That was number 2, I think.
I believe it was
hell in the middle of the
Max Joseph. I think that was Max Joseph with the ball.
Either way, they had the fullback move early outside on that early motion that they've been doing on all their outside pitch plays, hopefully trying to suck the linebackers outside and then run it quickly up the middle. Instead, just no room there for it to happen.
That's Vincent Muhammad in the backfield as well.
Oh, that's exactly what
Second and 8.
Then.
And it's handed off. It looks like Carter again. And he's going to get short gained, maybe a yard.
Nowhere to go in that running game.
This is what you expect from that Okanagan Sun defense. He gets about a yard on the play, so it's going to be a second and about, call it 7.
Especially with the way the pass game's been going today, I'm really surprised they just opted to run twice in a row to struggle to a 3rd and 6 when they've been doing quite well in attacking the shorter pass game of the Sun. They probably could have, on 1st or 2nd, even gotten a good chunk of 6 yards.
So this time it's Matias Bueno out kicking. We've been bouncing back and forth between Shailen and Bueno. This time it's Bueno punting, and the snap is good. But there's about blocked, but he's touched the. There's no flag down, and there's a flag in the backfield.
Flag for the no yards. I was shocked there wasn't a flag on roughing the kicker there.
And he caught the ball around his own 47-yard line. He looks like he's up at the midfield stripe, but there is a flag down in the play. There is no flag. The kicker was touched, and but there was no penalty there.
Yeah, it was Connor Richard trying to go over the top again on the block. Just really wiped out the kicker hard. I'm not sure if he must have had his hand on the ball, or I'm not sure what the refs were saying where that wasn't contact. But Sun benefit quite a bit there. It's going to start this drive off.
So the Okanagan Sun are going to be first trailing 17-2. They're going to be 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of the Langley Rams. It's a pistol formation, a 3-2.
Oh.
And what do we got? A flag?
There.
Too many men?
I think they're upset with how somebody was either lined up. Oh,
my goodness.
That's frustrating.
5-yard penalty. Procedure against your Okanagan Sun. So that's going to make it 1st and 15. They're all the way back at it's now at Langley's 52-yard line.
I think it was Brendan Enhanza was going up to do a crack block or just like take a crack and check. And when he checked with the tackle jumped, thinking that was the start of the play.
So again, it's a pistol formation. Keith Zyla. And he fakes the handoff. He's scrambling to the right. The passes out.
Big ball.
Oh! And as a pass interference is called. The intended receiver was number 15.
Connor Johnstone, I guess.
Connor Johnstone, number 15 out there. You know, I'm not going to lie. These uniforms, the numbers are really difficult with the brown and orange numbering. And
sometimes it is very difficult to see from up here. Especially it's also hard to.
So 15-yard penalty on the pass interference. Your Okanagan Sun, trailing 17-2, are taking over the ball at a first and 10 on the 37-yard line of the Langley Rams. So they're threatening again. Pistol formation. He's going back to pass. It's a screen pass out.
Oh.
And he's broken the tackle. It's Cakeley, Justin Cakeley. Touchdown, Okanagan Sun.
There we go. There's the play we've been looking for.
Javen Cakeley. What a beautiful pass. It was about a 15-yard pass, and he runs it the way, breaks one single tackle, and makes it all the way through for a touchdown for your Okanagan Sun. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, just like the Rams punished the Sun for bringing a blitz, the Rams bring a blitz, and Zyla escapes it long enough to find Javen Cakeley on that quick little comeback. Almost throws it too low for him. Nice, and it was good and low, but those are tough to scoop up. Cakeley scoops it, manages to shake the one tackler on the turnaround, and it's just a race to the end zone that he wins clearly.
And
One-score game.
The point is good. Isaac Wagner makes it a 17-9 game here with 12-12 left in the third quarter. Let's go back for a quick break.
Orchard Plaza, the perfect fit for you. Orchard Plaza understands back to school. They know it's back to routine, back to after-school sports, and back to packing lunches. Find everything you need from cool styles for the fashionista to sports equipment and backpacks. Head back to school with Orchard Plaza on Cooper Road.
Orchard Plaza, the perfect fit for you. Orchard Plaza, the perfect fit for you.
It starts here. This is Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Jock Tire Carson Park back here at 12-12 left in the third quarter. Your Okanagan Sun are kicking off from their own 45 after scoring a touchdown to make it 17-9 for the Langley Rams. This very same Langley Rams that we played right before the bye week and beat 22-18. And that kickoff is picked up around the 20-yard line. Langley has the ball. He's out to his 25. He's going backwards. He's gone forwards again. He's over the 30, 35. He's pushed back. Let's see where they mark that ball. He was somewhere between the 30 and 35-yard line of his own. The Langley Rams will take over.
That's that Furlot again. They're really trying to keep it away from Joseph. I don't know how good a strategy that is, considering Furlot has the one touchdown to the game for them. But if he does really like to try to bounce back and forth, and he could stay alive for a while, but I'm not sure if he's ever going to be able to get forward progress upfield doing that.
So it's a 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Langley leading this game 17-9. Duncan Little under the center. And he goes back to pass. It's a short pass. And is bobbled, but caught, and he gains a couple of yards on the ground. It looks like he got about an 8-yard gain. He caught it at about 5-yard gain and managed to drag a couple defenders a couple extra yards.
I believe that's Katoy out there, number 15 for Langley. He's starting to have himself a pretty big game here. Seemed pretty quiet to start off for the most part, but I'm pretty sure he had that touchdown earlier on the Sun over that middle seam, and had several big catches since then.
Call it 2nd and 1 for Langley.
He also had the big touchdown that was called back on the offside.
That's right. From their own 33. He's handing it off right up the middle. Oh, and he's driven backwards. I don't believe he gained a yard. The 1 yard that he needed, I don't think he got it. And it looks like they're marking it. They even mark it as a loss, maybe.
That was
really close where they've marked that ball. I don't know if they're going to bring the chains out or not.
The way you want that to work, those fullback dives, is you want to pretty much say, hut, take the handoff, just turn and have the ball vanish from your hands into the gut of the fullback, who should be at full momentum from that moment. And right there, that handoff, he handed it off to a fullback who was standing still, and you don't have any momentum going. You need 100% momentum from your fullback in order to punch that yard forward, or somebody's going to punch you backwards. And
so
find out if the chains make it.
They're bringing out the chains to measure this one, and it's very close, and it is a first down. First down by about 1 foot.
Yeah, about I don't know, just about the length of the ball, I guess. But
the chains are on the opposite side of the field from us. It didn't look that close, but apparently it was. So Langley has got a first down, and they're going to move in that ball again.
I just really wonder about the timing on that fullback dive. I'd like to see that come out a little cleaner if I'm the fullback, but worked well enough there. Back into the eye.
So again, quarterback for Langley, Duncan Little, under the center. I formation again. He's going back, and he's passing this time. He's lobbed it up there, and it is almost intercepted. No pass interference. Okanagan Sun were the first ones to touch that ball. It's number 24.
He's had a couple of huge plays for the Sun defense this year, playing out at corner for the Sun too. He doesn't get a whole lot of action with how dominant so many of the other players and positions are that just kind of put so much pressure on other teams that they don't even get a chance to throw out to those corners. But great swat there.
Absolutely incredible.
It was one hand on the back to the tackle and the other hand coming across to knock it away from the breadbasket.
That's some serious athleticism on that one. Okay, so it's a 2nd and 10 situation. Langley leading this game 17-9. They're on their own 44. Again, Duncan Little under center. He's doing it. Looks like an audible right now. And he's going back to pass, and he's got a short route. Number 83 picks up the ball. He gets out to the 50, just crosses the line on forward momentum. He looks like he's got out about the 52. It looks like they're going to mark that ball. I'm not sure if it's a first down again. The chains may or may not. They're going to call it about a foot short. Maybe
that was that Liam Stewart. He's had a couple big catches for them.
Maybe and they're leaving their quarterback in there, so they're going to go for it. 3rd and a yard to call it.
Up by 8, right near center. They're 3rd and a yard. We'll see how this goes. Expect a quarterback sneak, or maybe they're going to go for that fullback dive again and see if they clean up the timing on that.
Under the center, I formation. Quarterback keeps it himself. He drives across.
It looks
like he got across right to the center field stripe. Duncan Little kept that one. And judging from his position, he is really close. Yes, he is crossed.
They're calling somebody in, the trainer in. It looks like it might be Daly down.
We've got an Okanagan Sun player down. The trainer's heading out the field. So let's go for a quick commercial break with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-9, 9:12 left in the 3rd quarter.
Madison Avenue Group invites you to invest in your future now. Enjoy family living at the Orchard in the Mission. Enjoy gorgeous views of Lake Okanagan, the mountains and surrounding meadows, with schools, parks, activities, and more, all within walking distance. This is your chance to build in Kelowna's Lower Mission. Find a home that suits your lifestyle with Madison's unique model choices and start your next chapter today. For more information and to make your home site registration, visit liveorchard.ca.
Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150.
We're back here at the Apple Bowl with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-9. It looks like Nicholas Daly down on the field. Looks like he might be working out a cramp or something there with the trainer.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just a cramp. It sort of looks like that's what they're doing.
This is what's really funny is I was looking for him because this is the first time we've actually mentioned his name. And when we were in Langley, and again before that in Chilliwack, all we were talking about was Nick Daly and him pounding the offensive lines of the other team and their quarterbacks. This is the first time we've mentioned his name today.
Yeah, it sort of makes me wonder if maybe whatever is seized up on him might be, maybe he's nursing a little bit of an injury or something. Because, yeah, typically the 3 guys who stand out on the Sun defense the most, well, other than Pelly, who's just stands out on the football field as a human being, Going, who's been one of the, a pretty much all-Canadian quality linebacker, defensive back. Connor Richard, who's in the same sort of boat. But Daly is the quickest guy off the line I think I remember even seeing, and here he is getting helped off by his teammates.
They called a couple teammates in to help bring him off the field. He is definitely favoring his left leg, and so that's a big loss for their defense. Again, we haven't heard from him much tonight, and you're right. I think that maybe in practice or something he hurt himself. So they're going to the referee's going to blow the whistle and play. It's a 1st and 10 for the Rams from the center field stripe.
Because even typically I don't even have to look for him to find him. He's just, why is that guy in the backfield already?
Under center, Duncan Little. He tosses it back. Screen pass out. Number 2. He gets about a 4 or 5 yard gain. That's Max Joseph on the run.
Yeah, nice sweep play outside there.
So he gets a 5 yard gain. Gets into Okanagan Sun territory, marking the ball at the Sun 50-yard line with your Sun trailing 17-9 with 8:56 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Under center, I formation. He's going back to pass. That's Duncan Little. And I don't know who has the ball. 3 guys go down.
Somebody picks it up. I think it's just incomplete.
It's an incomplete pass. There was 2 Sun players on top of the intended receiver, Angeletto. So it's a 3rd down and 4 situation. The punting team is coming out this time, no question about it.
Oh, I wouldn't say no question about it. It's a long 4, maybe a 5, but whenever you think you can catch the team by surprise and make it, that's when you want to do it. So
Matias Bueno standing back on his own 46-yard line for the punt. And it's a bad snap, but he's got it under control. It's a good end-over-end kick, and it's picked up at the Sun 20, 22, 25, and he is hammered. And that's Cakeley brought down at the 25-yard line. So your Okanagan Sun are going to take over. 8:14 left in the 3rd quarter, trailing 17-9.
They're on the 25 to start this one. Let's see if we can get the Sun offense to go back-to-back in terms of some drives and get some production going here.
And give the defense a bit of a rest.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing will make the defense happier right now than a 7-8 play touchdown drive.
I mean, we're struggling for first downs, and only 5 of them in the first half. Let's see if they can give the defense a break. Shotgun. He's back to pass, right up over the middle, and the pass is complete for a first down. That's about a 12-yard gain.
Let's see if we can get as many first downs this drive as we did the first half. That would be a good goal.
And that was Javon Katoy with that one. And that was about a 12-yard gain.
That's Connor Johnstone, sorry. Wrong list here.
Back for the pass. And it's a little bit of a screen. It's lobbed. It's picked up. He should have dropped the ball. And that was a late hit. I don't see a flag down there, but it looked like a bit of a late hit. And he may have injured his own player on that late hit.
Yeah, that guy's staying down for a minute anyway.
There was a bit of a screen pass over there to the side, and it got deflected. He still caught the ball. And
defensive end almost had a wonderful interception like Mark Hart's last week.
We have a trainer out in the field, so let's go for a very quick commercial break.
The feeling of the first trail ride of the year, followed by the first refreshing river swim. The sight of the first sunset past 8, accompanied by the mouth-watering smell of the inaugural barbecue. The warm days and cool beer chemistry that the Pacific Northwest longs for. Can you taste it? We capture that essence in the newly repackaged Pacific Pilsner, brewed with pure BC spring water. Pacific Pilsner, true North style. Available at BC liquor stores.
Under the helmet and between the 50s. This is your all-access pass to Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150.
With 7:20 left in the 3rd quarter, your Okanagan Sun are trailing 17-9. It's a 2nd and 12 situation on their own 35-yard line. There was an injury with Langley. One of the Langley Ram players was down.
Yeah, it was number 3, Baltej Denahoya. He's had a good game for them.
Shotgun formation. Back to pass. He's scrambling, and his receiver, he's got the ball, and he gets it about the 44-yard line. Let's see where and they bring him down.
Zyla's on a roll now, although he's... Oh, that was second.
That was Javen Cakeley.
Didn't quite make it.
Javen Cakeley gets about a 7-yard, well, it's about a 9-yard gain, but he was 2 yards back, so it's calling it 3rd and 3, and so the punting team is coming out. Isaac Wagner, who's got some pretty good punts today. I think his numbers are up there right at the top of the league for punts. He has one, he shanked one today because of a guy coming in quickly. But Isaac Wagner standing back on his own 30-yard line. Snap is good. And he just gets it away, but it's a beautiful kick about the 22-yard line. He drops the ball, but he recovers it on his own 22. So that's no run back at all.
That's exactly what you want if you're the Sun cover team. Nice to see a couple completions there on the last Sun drive, though. They didn't get quite as far as the defense would be hoping and the Sun would be hoping, trying to get another score to get this game evened up. But Zyla's getting a couple completions in a row, looking a lot more comfortable than he did in that first half. It's looking optimistic for the Sun.
And it was a little bit of a rest there for the defense. Even with that injury there, it just gives them a bit of a breather. They've been on the field an awful lot. It's been all defense for both teams. So, in the shadow of their own goalpost, back at their own 22, Duncan Little, quarterback for the Rams, going under center again in an I formation. It's starting to sound boring. He goes back to pass. He's just pushed out of the pocket. He scrambles. It's deflected. Incomplete pass. It was almost intercepted, but there is a flag in the backfield. going, and a signal is against the Rams for holding. Holding in the backfield. So that's obviously when he got scrambling out of the pocket.
That end nearest us got held up a little bit, thrown to the ground, and that was the flag was.
Yeah, otherwise, that definitely would have been a sack. One of the your Okanagan Sun, it looks like he's pausing there. I'm not sure if he's down. He's not taking a knee.
I think he's just tired and stretching.
So that moves the ball back.
He's been on a lot.
The D has been. So it's going to be a 1st and 20 situation. They are definitely in the shadow of their own goalpost now on their own 12-yard line. Duncan Little running in with instructions from the coaching staff. Again, a very composed quarterback. He's played every game for these Langley Rams. And he's been spending the entire game here playing under center, taking his snaps under center in the I formation pretty much every time.
Yeah, I think that's the only formation we've seen from him today with the 3 receivers on one side.
And again, he's in his own end zone going back to pass. He's lobbed it up, and
Somebody's
intercepted. It's intercepted by number 7. He's got down to the 25-yard line.
I believe that's Jordan Ray.
Number 7.
Back for the Sun, Jordan Ray.
There you go. It's Jordan Ray. That is unbelievable. Gets to the 25-yard line of Langley. Your Okanagan Sun are trailing 17-9 with 5:24, and they take over on Langley's 25. This is exciting. That was quite an athletic play as he had to dive higher.
Yeah, it was
than
quite a wrestling match
Sam.
for a second. We got 4 hands on that football when they caught it, and it was just who
came down with it
stronger on the ball. Sun give him away.
So Keith Zyla back. He scrambles to pass and is bobbled. It's a bad snap, but he gets it away right as he's getting hit. So it's an incomplete pass, but there's no loss on the play, which was a very, very smart move by Keith Zyla.
Yeah, it was quite the hectic play. I'm sure all the adrenaline spiked in all the Sun players there for a second of just what's about to happen here.
I mean, he's going down. That ball gets lobbed. He lobs it as best he can and just about got intercepted, but fortunate. So it's 2nd and 10. Your Okanagan Sun have it on the 25-yard line of the Langley Rams, and Langley is leading 17-9. Snap back to pass. It's a short pass into the middle. He's picked up the ball. He's got it about the 8-yard gain. He
reached for the first down yard stick there. I'm not sure if he was close enough to make it, but again, he swore like it was the end zone marker. That's how desperate the Sun are for first downs these days.
It looks close. It's on the far side of the field away from us, and it's also in the shadows over there a little bit. And it looks like they're going to mark that. And I want to say, they're bringing out the sticks here. It looks about the 14.5-yard line.
Did you catch a number on that? Was that Cakeley again?
It was Cakeley.
Because, after that first broken tackle where he barely stayed on his feet putting a hand on the ground, he tried to power through those next couple defenders, and they tried to wrestle him to the ground. He did the classic, almost movie move of put the ball in one hand and reach forward.
First down. Sorry to interrupt, but that's exciting.
Beauty. That's exactly what we wanted.
First down by about an inch. It was just on the end of the football. Unbelievable. This is amazing. Finally, I feel like we got some momentum going here from your Okanagan Sun.
I'd love to see a highlight of that too, just on that reach, see if they gave him that spot properly, because that's bonus points on that.
So from Langley's 14-yard line, your Okanagan Sun are 4:15 left in the third quarter. They're trailing 17-9. He's back for the pass, quick pass, and it's not intercepted. It's bobbled. Looks like a touchdown. Unbelievable.
Ref is pointing down. All the Sun have their hands in the air, but the ref is pointing down.
He's pointing down at the 1-yard line. It goes off a defender's chest, bounces into Cakeley's hands, and he takes it to the 1-yard line.
He tried to almost dive for the goal line like he was just reaching for the first down stick, and he just didn't quite reach the line like they gave it to him for the first down stick. So here we are, 1st and goal at the 1.
Was that Pelly that just came in?
I believe it was. They do like bringing him in these goal line situations.
He is the largest man on the field.
I expect it's going to be a quarterback sneak out of the I formation right behind him.
Right behind Pelly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my
a
goodness.
fumble.
And a fumble.
And their Rams are celebrating a fumble recovery. Wow, what a turnaround. What a turnaround that is.
It goes from being an automatic 7 points to a fumble. They handed it off. I have no idea why they didn't just quarterback sneak that one.
I think it's because a couple weeks ago in Langley, they inside that situation, I believe we went 1 for 5 on quarterback sneaks at the goal line. So just tried something else, and that defense was just all over the backfield, tackling running back's knees before he's making the handoff and nowhere to go. Ball ends up on the ground, and Langley's got it.
So Langley takes over. 3:13 left in the third quarter. Langley leading 17-9, and they're on their own 4-yard line. Duncan Little back. He's going to be, when he scrambles, he's going to be scrambling in his own end zone. So he's under a little bit of pressure here in his own and tight in his own. He hands it off to Joseph. Joseph runs sideways about 20 yards, moves it up the field, maybe 2 yards.
They really let that play run on a long time. I felt like.
Well, it looked like they weren't letting his knees touch the ground, see if they could push him backwards.
Yeah, normally when the pile doesn't keep going forwards, they normally stop it dead there. I'm not sure if it was still going forwards or what was happening.
So they're marking the ball on the 6. So it's a 2-yard gain. It's a second. So it's going to be a 2nd and 8 situation for the Langley Rams on their own 6-yard line. And they're leading 17-9 here in the third quarter.
Oh, you can almost feel the wind coming out of the sails here.
You know what? I think, though, there's a bit, like, you can see there's some anxiousness down on the sidelines. The Sun aren't done yet. They want that ball back quickly. See if their defense can make their wish come true. A lot of motion there. Wow, he's scrambling. He's back to pass. He's aired it out down the sidelines. Incomplete pass.
A little too much air on that ball for the Rams player to hunt it down.
That was Nick Angeletto on the side, it looked like, and he missed that ball by a couple yards.
Yeah, it was good 3-4 yards behind it.
So they're going to be kicking from behind their own goalpost.
I expect they might just take a knee, which puts the Sun instead of an 8-point game where they need the 2 points to tie it. Then suddenly they only need the 6 points to. They don't even need the extra point to tie it. The extra point's going to be for the win if they give up these 2.
So with 1:55 remaining in the third quarter,
that's a big 2.
Langley's kicking the ball. Their punter's out there in his own end zone. It's a high snap, and he immediately takes a knee. So your Sun. So it's now going to be 17-11 with the safety.
Yep, that's exactly what we're saying.
17-11.
Sun are 1 touchdown and an extra point away from winning this still, so offense just needs 1 more good drive.
So let's take a quick commercial break with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-11, 1:45 left in the third quarter.
Hey, it's Charlie from Chances, and I want to tell you about a company that cares. What does that look like? It's about looking forward to coming to work each day because of the people you get to see. It's about being on a team of over 100 people, but feeling like you're with family. It's about being paid what you're worth and being valued by your leaders. Apply for openings in gaming, concession, and kitchen. Join Chances, a company that cares. Must be 19 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
You're listening to Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Back at the Apple Bowl, Jock Tire, Carson Park. The Langley just kicked off after a safety, giving up their 2 points to make it 17-11. The Okanagan Sun are receiving the ball. They're at their own 30 now. He's scrambling out to the sidelines and gets pushed out about the 35-yard line.
Connor Richard just gets too much lateral momentum to hit the brakes and turn up field, but did get pretty decent field return out of that long run and a lot of opportunity to cut up if he did get the chance. But no lane for him to go to.
So 1:36 remaining in the third quarter. Your Okanagan Sun are going to take over on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10 situation. They finally got some momentum going, then they gave up the ball and just a bobble, 1 yard to go for the touchdown, and they bobble the ball. And so they've got to be hungry right now. They want to get back. That offense wants that ball back, and they've got it. So here we go. Back in the pistol formation. Back, hands off up the middle. It's a 6-yard gain. Oh, and that was a little bit late.
There. No flags, and I think all the refs.
That was Brendan Hansen with the ball.
There.
Brendan Hansen with the ball, about a 6-yard gain, 5-yard gain. They're marking it. And so 2nd and 5. Yeah, this is these two teams have played each other the last 2 weeks, and might get a little chippy out there. I think they're starting to know each other a fair bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly happened on that last play where there's a little late judo throw almost.
Hand off up the middle one more time, and he gets about a 3-yard gain.
Ooh, is that short?
He is definitely short. It looks like short of the first down by about a yard.
A little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistles, and even after the last play, the two coaches were kind of left their sideline benches a little bit to have a bit of a conversation 15 yards out. Hard to tell if it's sort of just friendly banter or if they're having any sort of issues with each other or each other's team.
That was, again, Brendan Hansen. 2 times in a row his number got pulled. So let's see what the Sun
offensive players are pleading to let them go for it. Doesn't happen.
So here in the third quarter, it's the end of the third quarter, so they're going to get this play off. And they're going to go back to Isaac Wagner punting. Oh, it's a very high snap.
Oh, the ball was not set. They're saying the play was not set. Sun were not set before the ball got snapped. Everyone's supposed to not move for a full second before you're allowed to move the ball. And I'm pretty sure that did not just happen. Looks like there's a lot of people still in motion.
So with no time left on the clock in the third quarter, again, Isaac Wagner standing on his own 30-yard line to punt this with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-11. It's a low snap. He does get away. It's, again, a beautiful punt. This kid is an amazing punter. It's picked up on the 25-yard line. He's at the 30, the 35, the 37. It's bobbled.
He ran into his own player. He might have gotten another 15, 20 yards out of that. But...
And there's a flag over on the far sideline. So it's before the penalty, it's marked on about the 30, calling it the 39-yard line right now. Langley takes over in their own 39, holding against Langley. So let's see when that happened and where they can mark that ball. Was it early on? So they're marching it back. The referee is marching it back. Keep going. He's still going. He's at the 25-yard line. He's still walking. He's at the 20-yard line. He's still walking.
Wow.
He's at the 15. He's marking the ball. Langley, what a penalty that was. So it must have been a holding right away.
Yeah, it must have been a hold right off the start that was pretty pertinent to the turn. Otherwise, you don't expect to see them march the ball back down that far.
So the 15-yard line where Langley takes over. Langley leading this game 17-11. And there's no time on the clock at all in the third quarter. So,
yeah, I believe this should have been quarter time.
I would have thought so myself.
The officials' clock might not have gone yet. They may not have noticed the big clock on the board.
So, again, I formation. He's back. Duncan Little under center. He's a quick route pass. And he's got the first down. He's about 15 yards. He's gained 15 yards, and he's out across his own 30.
Angeletto, I believe.
That was Angeletto.
And there we go is the quarter time.
So the third quarter score, 17-11 for the Langley Rams. Let's take a very quick break. We'll be back here for the fourth quarter.
Win or lose, touchdown or turnover, JDS Energy and Mining is proud to support local sports in Kelowna. They believe it's important to put youth at play where they can learn to be leaders. They believe in the habits and values learned from working in a team. They believe the skills today youth learn in organized sports will strengthen our community. JDS Energy and Mining, a proud community partner of local sports in Kelowna and your Okanagan Sun.
From our team to yours, this is Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
Here we are at the home opener of your Okanagan Sun. It's the start of the fourth quarter with your Sun trailing 17-11 to the Langley Rams. The Rams have a first down on their own 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Duncan Little in an I formation under center. Snap. He hands off. It's up the middle. It's 5-yard gain.
And half the Sun defense tackles him. Been like that all day, though, hasn't it? Just he hits the first contact, and by the time he's on the ground, half the Sun defense is landing on top. It's gotta be tiring to take a toll.
You gotta feel worn out, like those guys. They just keep driving up the middle, and those Sun, no matter where it is, They're all over you.
Especially Carter, and like Joseph's getting it too, but I feel like every time Carter gets the ball, it's a whole wall of Sun players tackling him.
Again, the I formation under center, Duncan Little, number 10 for the Langley Rams. And snap, he hands off the running back.
Oh, yeah. Connor
not
Richard
make-
is almost and we get a double suplex from the Sun defenders. Richard, and I'm not getting who the other guy was in that involved in that little
They
suplex.
threw him 4 yards backwards.
Yeah, that was...
Let's see where they marked that ball.
The Sun had a blitz coming in off the outside backer. Richard was coming in on a blitz in the A-gap right up the center's nose, and that's exactly where they were trying to run. So he just was standing in the hole the running back wanted to go to, wrestled him back, and with the help of a defensive, I think it was a defensive end on the far side. I just missed the number on it.
So your Okanagan Sun defense stands tall. They push him back a yard, so it's a 3rd and 7. That means their punter, Matias Bueno, is out. Snap is good. Ball is up. It's not a great kick. And it is picked up at the 45-yard line of the Okanagan Sun. He's crossed the 50. He's got out to about his 52, and then he's pushed backwards by 3 Langley Rams. Let's see who that is at the bottom of the pile.
There's a flag over back to where the kicker was, too. I didn't notice him get hit, but the Sun bring pressure a lot, so I wouldn't be too surprised.
That was Javen Cakeley on that run back there. And they've marked the ball on the Okanagan Sun's 52-yard line. Was there a flag on that play?
The ref...
They're not acting like there was.
I suppose not, maybe.
Okay, we got some discussion with the referees. The ball is still marked where it is, and we're going to get an announcement from the referee.
Some sort of an illegal block.
Blocking from the rear was the call. So it's a 15. That's a huge penalty. 15-yard penalty on the run back. So that moves the Sun all the way back to their own 27-yard line. Wow. Again, these penalties are very costly when you get these 15-yard penalties.
They swing the whole momentum of the field. They swing the whole, like, what your strategy is about to be on this next drive. It does a lot to you.
Keith Zyla, your quarterback, back in the shotgun. He hands it off. He fakes the handoff, swing pass out to the side, does not get back to the original line of scrimmage. It looks like about a yard loss on that one.
Yeah, the Sun are really, really relying on this quick passing game of just fake the handoff, throw it to a receiver, get it in somebody's hands quick, and hope they have enough space to make a play out of it.
That was Malcolm Miller again. You know,
often they just aren't having they're not having the room to make the plays.
No.
Which kudos to this Langley defense, because the Sun do have some playmakers on this offense. They're just not finding a way to make plays.
Snap is back. He bobbles. The quarterback bobbles a little bit. It's a little swing pass up over the middle. He's got the first down. He's across the 45. He's at his own 50. He's still swinging. He's up almost at the midfield stripe. What a beautiful run. That's Cakeley again. Javen Cakeley gets all the way out to his own 53-yard line.
That's
beautiful.
Exactly what we were just talking about. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them run down, make a spin move on somebody, read a block from a fellow receiver. That was a great play there.
The defense is looking really happy down there. They're dancing to the music. I think they're glad to be off the field for a few minutes and get a first down.
Oh, they love seeing those big plays from the offense.
Keith Zyla back, shotgun. The ball's back. It's bobbled. Zyla's picked up the ball. He's running. He's scrambling out to the side. He's got back to the original line of scrimmage. He's holding onto the ball, and it looks like he got to the original line of scrimmage there.
He might have been able to do a little bit more there if his offensive line helped him out. They saw that he was bobbling it and kind of nobody really knew what to do. You got to just find a new guy, and it turns into just mad scramble play. It's a punt now.
Yeah, they're very fortunate to get back there.
It looks like they even gave them a couple inches. Looks like we're going to be a 2nd and 9.5 instead of 2nd and full 10. So great play there by Zyla to make something out of nothing off of that bobbled snap.
We're not getting clean snaps on these all the time. It's so he's in the shotgun again. 3 receivers in motion. Back to pass. He's looking long, and
total miscommunication.
Saw nobody there.
Total
miscommunication.
miscommunication.
At least 10 yards before anybody, and I'm not sure who the intended receiver even was. So the punting unit's coming back out onto the field with your Okanagan Sun trailing 17-11 and 10:55 left here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, well, we're at least near half. We're pushing that field control game again. As long as
as long
as the Deacons stand tall and we can hopefully get a touchdown on this next possession, then we've got the lead again. But
you're going to take Isaac Wagner, our punter, every time over top of everybody else's punter. This kid can just does a terrific job of ball placement. He gets lots of loft. Snap was really high, but he's got it away clean. It's a short one, but very high. And no flag on the play. Picked up at the 25. He's up to about the 30, crosses the 35-yard line. He's got it down on the 35, a 10-yard gain on the run back. So they will take over the ball. The Langley Rams will take over the ball, leading 17-11 with 10:33 left here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's one thing that the Sun really do a great job with is their kicking game and their kick recovery game. Because these guys, that Joseph is quite the returner. For a lot, has some wheels on him. And other than that one kind of surprise carve down the middle for the touchdown, this whole season, the Sun really haven't allowed a whole lot of anything to happen to get against them, regardless of who's returning it.
No. Duncan Little, again, under center in an I formation on his own 35-yard line, leading 17-11. What?
Oh, delay of game.
Is that a procedure call?
It sure looks like we got a delay of game on the offense.
Delay of game on offense. Wow.
Haven't seen that in a little while.
So that moves them back 5 yards. They're on their own 30, make it 1st and 15. Sun are got to be a little bit pleased. They didn't have to do anything, and they gained 5 yards.
Yeah, the Rams coach asking about the official supposed to give a hand warning to the quarterback, and I believe he did, and the quarterback just didn't notice.
So again, the I formation. Duncan Little, quarterback under the center. And he goes back scrambling. He's out of the pocket, scrambles. Oh, my goodness. That was number 15. Had the ball in the middle of his chest, was immediately hit by 3 Okanagan Sun, and incomplete pass.
Javon Katoy being targeted there once again. He's one of their favorite targets and just didn't quite stay open that window long enough for him to squeeze it. The Sun defense just really meeting him at the ball, hitting him hard.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little distracted by the coaching staff of the Langley Rams. Every one of them in a bright yellow jersey. Everyone wearing number 1. And they're when those yellow jerseys start waving things at me. So I hadn't noticed it earlier. So Duncan Little's 2nd and 15. He's going back to pass. He's got a short pass, incomplete up over the middle. That was
communication there with Angeletto.
Yeah, that was to Angeletto and just not quite there. So your Sun defense do their job again. I keep saying it, but the Sun defense have been all over these guys. They've only given up the 17 points, but unfortunately the offense has only put 11 points on the board.
The Sun the Sun defense has only given up 10 points because it was the special teams that gave up the 7. So there's one thing that...
You know what? That's something a defensive guy would say.
It is something a defensive guy would say. There's almost a pride on the Sun defense where the goal is to outscore their offense.
So it looks like Matias Bueno is back on high snap on his own 15. He's had to jump and drop, and he's kicked the ball.
Off.
He gets it away.
And you go try to recover this. I'm not sure where he is.
If you're a Sun, no yards is called. They're on the 45-yard line of the Langley Rams. But there was a flag in the backfield. I'm not really sure what that was all about. So it was a high snap.
I think it was a high snap, and I think it was a hold after that dodge of the rush.
He dodged it, and
then I think we have a no yards penalty.
So we'll see how they sort this out. I think everything's going to be good if you're an Okanagan Sun, because I don't think any of those flags were against the Okanagan Sun. That holding right at the beginning might be really costly. Let's see what they do with that one. But Matias Bueno had to scramble about 15 yards out to the sideline to get that punt away, and the punt was only about 20 yards.
Yeah, as soon as he let that ball left his foot, I thought he should really hustle and go try to recover that. Because that's the confusion moment where nobody on the Sun, other than the returner, wants to touch it. It might take the returner too long to get there through that maze of humanity. You got to turn that into a foot race between the kicker and the returner.
Yeah, and I mean, it was he was really close to being able to pick that ball.
Oh, he's got to stand somewhere else.
There we go. So we got a no yards and a holding against the Rams. They'll decline the holding, but they're going to take the no yards. That moves the yardsticks and the chains. Let's see where they put the mark the ball. It looks like the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it. So your Okanagan Sun, with 9:30 left in the game, are trailing 17-11 and start with the ball on the Langley Rams 30-yard line. Pistol formation. Keith Zyla, your quarterback, in a pistol formation. Hands off up the middle.
Hole.
That is a gaping wound of a hole up there. Crosses the 10-yard mark. He is into the 18, it looks like. He's got about a 12-yard gain for Colton Curry.
I feel like that's the first big hole we've seen today, where it's just like immediately, as soon as he takes the handoff, you could drive a truck through here. Let's get going.
And it was a beautiful play, because that's Colton Curry, straight up the middle kind of guy.
Yeah, he likes, if he can find a second level to start making his moves, he wants to get there ASAP. He'd rather not make his moves in the backfield like most running backs.
Pistol formation again. And again, a handoff right up the middle.
Oh, he's
still moving. Still moving. And that was Colton Curry again. And it looked like about, I want to say, 5 or 6 yards on that one. So your Okanagan Sun are threatening. Let's see where they mark that ball. They're at the 14-yard line. 14-yard line, so it's a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Mankwa must be hurt since we haven't seen him yet in this
We
game.
haven't seen a Mankwa at all.
And this is normally where you definitely want that change up right now. Almost surprised to see Hansen hasn't run in the field after that first couple runs from Curry.
He's back to pass, and there's flags already on the play. He scooped up the ball from the ground. It was a complete pass at about the 6-yard line, right at the first down marker. Flag here on the near line.
Start on the offense. So I'm not sure if that was a swap back getting a little too quick, or if it was an O-lineman jumping early, but somebody's offside.
So they're going to take that penalty, but they get to repeat that down.
Yep, there was a receiver jumping early.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 10 situation, which is actually, not that, or 2nd and 11, they're calling it.
It's not the end of the world, but it does put you in a much worse situation than 2nd and 6. Although right now, with the goal line so near, I'd like to see them put a little air on this, find a guy in the end zone.
There's a little bit of room to work with. Pistol formation, he bobbles it again, and he flicks it out to the sideline. He's wide open. Colton Curry goes across. Touchdown! Okanagan Sun! The first lead of the game for your son, Colton Curry. It was a broken play, a little flicker pass over to the sideline. Colton Curry breaks it wide open down the side and doesn't get touched until he's at the 1. Wow, that was exciting to watch. That is a quarterback who finally looks comfortable with his receiver and his running back.
Yeah, that was just, he knew what he needed to do with the ball as soon as he got it. Bobbled the snap a little bit, and there was a hot blitz coming off the edge that was really just about to crush him. He had no other choice of anything to do with that, but immediately knew, I need to get this ball over this blitzer to my running back, who's wide open with nobody covering him. Lead block from the receiver into the end zone.
And the convert is good, Isaac Wagner, and your Okanagan Sun have their first lead of the game. They're up 18-17 with 7:41 left. Let's talk about that defensive battle that we had earlier against these two teams and see if the Sun can tie them up. We're going to take a very quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with 7:41 left to play.
Did that make it to the green?
Nice lob shot.
Whew, you really whiffed that one.
That's got to be the best score of my season.
Just some of the sounds you'll hear at Orchard Greens. Play around with the kids. On now, children 15 and under can play 9 holes for just $10. It's a perfect way to have fun with the whole family. Golf in the shade under the old apple tree. Orchard Greens, home of the Bunkhouse Bar and Grill. Just a short drive up KLO, but worlds away. OrchardGreens.com.
This is Okanagan Sun football. Hear it, live it on EM 1150.
Here we are back at the Apple Bowl with your Okanagan Sun finally leading 18-17 7:41 left to play against the Langley Rams. They're kicking off right now after a touchdown by Colton Curry on a 12-yard scamper. It's at the 10-yard line that Langley picks up the ball on the kickoff. He's out to the 15, he's out to the 20, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line. Looks like a little bobbling action there, but Langley still has the ball. So, your Okanagan Sun finally have the lead. And they've got really good, they've managed to pin them down at the 20-yard line. So Langley is not getting a great start. Again, Isaac Wagner does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, that was, he gets the extra point in, which is important. That was a good kickoff from Wagner, too. But going back to that last touchdown from Curry and Zyla, man, that was impressive. The blitz off the edge, I thought for sure was going to catch him. And instead of meeting Zyla in the chest, Zyla catches the ball, gets a little touch pass over the blitz, over to the swing pass from Curry. And Curry just untouched almost to the end zone because the man who normally covers him is on the blitz. Great play.
And here we go, Duncan Little in the I formation, swing pass out to the sidelines. He's got it at the 20. He's down at the 25. He's brought down 26-yard line, they're going to call it, the 26-yard line. So it's going to be a second and 5 situation for the Langley Rams. The Langley is now trailing 18-17.
Yeah, that was right there. That quick little screen pass over to Joseph. And for a moment after he got around that first guy, I thought he might be off to the races. So
you got to watch Joseph. Carter and Joseph are the two that we got to watch. They've been all over the field tonight. Carter's in the backfield right now.
Joseph going out wide.
And Joseph out wide. I formation. Quarterback's half. Hands it off to Joseph. Joseph looks like he's got about a 3-yard gain. I don't think he's going to get to the first down marker. They're going to see where they mark that ball. The first down marker is about the 30.5-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 30. They're going to mark it actually just shy of the 30. So it's going to be a third down situation with about a yard and a bit to go. So let's see where they do. It looks like the punting team's coming out. We see Matias Bueno, the punter, out there. This is a funny situation because I seem to remember this is where we got a blocked kick.
Pretty close.
Well,
we probably had a blocked kick on most spots in the field at this point of the year. But
we got to watch Richard coming in.
Off this near side, and they're pulling a blocker away from Richard. I think that's a mistake.
And the snap is up. It's good. And he kicks it away. It's an end over. And it's a very short kick. And he grabs it. He was hoping for no yards. There is no yards. And we have a Okanagan Sun down on the field. No, he's getting up under his own steam. So the Okanagan Sun have no run back. That's 47. Looks like either a major cramp or something there. They got no yards. The Sun had the ball on the 50. They've moved it up to the center field stripe. So your Sun take over on the center field stripe.
Coach is trying to tell his player who is skipping off the field to just go down so they can get a minute to get themselves organized, and didn't do it. A little frustration from the coach. Come on, it's a free timeout, man.
And he's huddled the team up there on the sideline. He's got them all in a group, and he is yelling at them. He's getting them motivated right now.
1-point game, 5 minutes left.
Shotgun formation. It's a handoff up the middle. He cuts to the left, but gets brought down probably because he cut to the left. He got taken down. That was Colton Curry for no gain. It looks like maybe a 1-yard loss on the play.
Ram player right in the backfield immediately and just couldn't quite get around him cleanly.
I think maybe if he'd gone straight up the middle, he would have been fine, but he just took one cut too many on that one. So Keith Zyla again going with his running game. But it's a 2nd and 11 situation now. He might be forced into a passing situation here. Shotgun. He's back, and it's a handoff right up the middle. And he reaches for that one, and
that's a questionable decision if he's reaching right
I'm not sure why he's reaching when he's at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there's no gaining an extra yard there doesn't help anybody.
But they're winning the battle of field possession. It might be 2 and out, but when they're hoping that Isaac Wagner can place one of his really great punts into a corner and see if they can box them in and keep them tight in their own end. Wagner's standing back on his own 40-yard line. He's averaging very close to 40. I think it was 39.8 coming into this game. Standing on his own 41-yard line. Let's see. And the snap is low. and he's got it away. It's a nice punt, and he receives it on the 15-yard line. No yards has not been called. He gets out to the 20 and is pushed back to about the 21-yard line. Forward momentum should put him about the 23-yard line that the Rams start with the ball. With 3:48 remaining in the game, your Okanagan Sun lead this game 18-17. It's pretty exciting, and it's all about defense right now, and that's what the Sun want it to be.
Definitely. The Sun almost like 1-point game for the Sun, and you're 70 yards away from the end zone. I got no problem with this. You can't punt for one from here, and the way this whole season's gone, the odds of you being able to march the field in this defense, good luck to you.
This is your Okanagan Sun are 7th-ranked team in the Canadian Junior Football League, 7th ranked, but their defense is the one that's putting them there.
For sure. Their defense is the number one in the BCFC right now, and I'm not sure who's better than them in Canada at the moment.
Duncan Little under your eye. He scrambled out of the pocket. He is taking the ball himself. He's gotten hit on the sidelines. Flag on the play. He gains about 2 yards out on the far sideline from us. I'm not sure what the flag, it went down as soon as he was hit, so I'm not really sure what that was. He never got out of bounds.
And the Sun actually got really lucky. The Sun defense got super lucky on that one. On this near side, right before he was forced to roll out to the far side, Angeletto came out wide open down the hash mark, probably 25 yards downfield by himself with nobody in front of him to the end zone, and just couldn't find him. Little just couldn't.
Here's the penalty call.
Number 10 with a 15-yard penalty. That's pretty big.
I'm not really sure what that was. Maybe it was a late hit. They just felt it was unnecessary.
Maybe. Or was it face mask?
It was not a face mask call.
Coach Ben is still trying to figure out what's going on here. Coach Ben McCauley's got his hands in the air, 10 yards on the field, just asking for clarification.
Yeah, they can't start the play. But there was no clarification. You can't just say it 10 yards or 15 yards. And that was number 10.
Connor Richard
on that one. So first down, back to pass, and almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. So that was a pass straight up the middle, and one of your Okanagan Sun, number 47, I think it was. I'm just trying to get a number on him. And he had a hand on the ball, but he couldn't quite pull it in.
47, that would be Miguel Wood.
And he couldn't quite pull it in, but he definitely got a hand on the ball. And now it looks like the captain on the defense is over there asking some questions. I think they're looking for some clarification on what that penalty was that moved that ball 15 yards. So it's a 2nd and 10 situation. And the Langley Rams, trailing by a single point, 18-17, are on their own 42-yard line with a 2nd and 10 situation. Again, I formation under the center for Duncan Little. He's scrambling out to the right side to pass. He throws it, and it's up the middle. It's a first down. It's about a 16-yard gain.
We're seeing a lot of Sun players waving.
Sun players are waving it off as an incomplete.
But looks like the officials are giving it to him. Yep.
So it looks like they're marking it just on the Sun side of the center line. So they're moving the chains, and a flag now. Obviously unsportsmanlike conduct. Objectionable conduct. And now they've given him up another 5. 10. They're giving up.
Can't be taking those penalties right now, Okanagan. We're at the point now where you probably could punt for one.
So 2:45 left in the game. Your Okanagan Sun are leading 18-17. It's a 1st and 10 situation. Langley Rams have the ball on the Okanagan Sun 43-yard line. And they're starting to lose their cool a little bit out there on the defense. They're not really happy about the penalties that have been called, and you can tell. And all the field judges, everybody's out there huddled. There's six referees huddled around the ball right now. And
the Langley coach is 5 yards on the field asking. Coach Ben's putting his hands in the air again in confusion.
There's a little bit of chirping still going on, both teams.
Gotta be really careful with that now, especially after just taking a 15-yard penalty for...
Pelly is actually on the wrong side of the ball right now, talking to the entire offensive line of the Langley Rams. It's kind of interesting. Let's see what happens. They're going to whistle this ball in without anything else happening. They're still explaining to...
friendlier, his teammates be pulling them away a little bit.
Yeah. They're still explaining what's going on to the Langley bench. No one's talking to the Okanagan Sun bench, but they're certainly talking to the Langley bench. Okay, so the Langley Rams have gone into huddle. 1st and 10 from the Okanagan Sun 43-yard line.
Langley has a tight end on this near side.
High formation under center. And he lobs it out to the side. Number 2, Max Carter takes the ball. He went down, but got up and started running again. I was pretty sure he got tackled down there at the original line of scrimmage.
I think he just kind of laid on top of the tackler, but never actually got to the ground, and then just put his hand down and kept going.
That was Max Joseph with the ball. So they're going to give him, looks like 4 yards on that one. So let's call it 2nd and 6 from the Okanagan Sun 40-yard line. With your Okanagan Sun leading this game 18-17 with 2:21 left to play.
And now they have a tight on the far side.
High formation again. Duncan Little going back to pass. And, there was the flag went down. The whistle was blown. He got hit, but he definitely eased up so he didn't hit him down hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a procedure or what it was there.
Yep.
Procedure.
Now we're back to 2nd and 10.
Second and 11, I think it's going to be. 2nd and 11.
Oh, that's a big help to the Sun right there.
It certainly is. So it's on the Sun, call it 44.5-yard line with the Sun leading 18-17, 2:07 left. Sorry, 2:07 left in the second half. This is a pretty exciting game, finally.
Well, even just to get the 1 point here would be big for Langley, but you need a boomer or a punt to pin it into the end zone from here.
And we're going into a split.
Split back under center. Haven't seen that yet today either.
Something new. They're showing us something new. He's going back to pass. He's way out of the pocket. He is scrambling, and he lobs it up and over. Back to the original line of scrimmage. He's breaking out to the right side. He's got 5. He's gained 10. He's gained 15. He's at the 20-yard line. He's pushed out of bound about the 18-yard line.
Wow. Max Joseph on a huge screen play. Well-designed play. That worked so well.
They sucked the defense in and lobbed it over their heads.
And they stuck the whole Sun defense over to the right side of the field, knowing that Joseph was going to try to weave his way back over to the near side of the field, all the way down the sideline.
So with 1:54 left in the game, your Okanagan Sun are leading 18-17, but Langley is threatening from the 17-yard line of the Okanagan Sun. It's a 1st and 10. Again, now we're back to that I formation. Under center, Duncan Little. He hands off, and it's about a 5-yard gain, it looks like. Max Joseph has the ball, runs it about 5 yards. He's up to the 9.5-yard line of the Okanagan Sun.
Langley running this, they've switched from just the normal I formation with 3 on one side, 1 on the other to I formation, 3 on one side, a tight end on the other. And I'm just waiting for that tight end to try to leak out unnoticed and by himself into the end zone. Sun defense really has to keep an eye on that guy.
I formation again, handoff again to Max Joseph, and he gets down. He looks like he's got...
Looks like they're going to have the first.
It looks like the first down, so it's going to be a 1st and goal situation.
With 1:32 left, the Sun D really need to step up here big and get a sort of turnover that the other team, Langley, got late in the second half.
It's kind of familiar, isn't it? It's that same position that the Sun were in where we thought it was an automatic touchdown, and it was
in the third quarter.
Yeah, third quarter.
That's going to come back to haunt them if they can't stop Langley here.
1st and goal for Langley. Okanagan Sun leading 18-17, 1:24 left on the clock, and it's on the Sun 5-yard line. 1st and goal situation. Duncan Little is yelling instructions all over the field right now. He's looking everywhere. And it's dropped back. He's handed it off to Joseph. It looks like
nowhere to go. And
nothing.
Players trying to pull the ball out, but too late.
And it looks like he got to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about all. 2nd down and goal to go.
Looks almost like Langley's happy to just probably run the rock here again. If they don't make the 5 yards, they'll force the Sun to burn a timeout and then just chip shot field goal for the win here. Hope to leave the Sun with not enough time left to do anything.
Quarterback gone to the sideline, and he's having a meeting, and he's coming back in. He's now talking to the official. Duncan Little is.
I think they might just take the delay of game here.
Let it just happen. Run that clock right down. It's at 42 seconds and counting. And now
timeout.
They're waiting long enough till the last second. Call the timeout. So there's 40 seconds left on the clock. Yeah. Second down. So you got to be thinking here, Sun trying to strip the ball.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Sun to be sending everybody they can afford to send, one-on-one coverage everywhere else, and hope they have the athletes to hold the coverage and try to get a hand on the ball, try to get a helmet on the ball, try to get anything on that ball to put it on the ground or get it into the Sun's hands. Otherwise, they're going to be really trying to put some pressure on.
Let's go for a very, very quick break, and we'll be right back for the last 40 seconds of play. Here we are with 40 seconds left to play. It's 18-17 Okanagan Sun. The Langley Rams are on the 4-yard line. They've stopped the clock.
Sun D, though. Yeah, Sun D are going to be coming in hot for sure. It's going to be one-on-one coverage everywhere. And just try to get that ball on the ground. And if it gets into the air, it's going to be interesting. I almost hope it turns into a pass, but that would be really surprising at this point.
I'd be really surprised at that. But you know what? They've also blocked a couple punts. Here we go.
Check that tight end again, though.
I formation under the center. Duncan Little. Here we go. He runs back. He's faked
scrambling.
He's faked it. He's going to get hit. He does not get to the goal line. He gets hit. Oh, it's a head-on rib cage.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to hurt a lot.
And he's shy of the goal line, so it's going to be a third down situation. Let's see where they mark that ball. It's on the far side of the field from us. I want to say it's about a 2-yard. But, we've blocked the ball, so many times. Is it possible one more time to block this?
We're definitely better at blocking the punts than we are the field goals, but hopefully we have a good field goal block planned up for just this sort of situation.
Who's the kicker this time?
Also, if they are on that far hash, being that close in, it is almost a weird angle to try to kick at, so that might come into play here too.
So 25 seconds left on the clock. It's up, and the whistle has been blown.
Timeout.
They have Jaden Shalin out there doing the kicking this time. So we got a timeout. So let's take a very quick commercial break with your Okanagan Sun leading 18-17 with 23 seconds left on the clock in the final quarter.
Whether it's paved, dirt, or no road, the Mitsubishi Outlander always gets you there with superior performance and handling. Available with super all-wheel control powerful V6 engine up to 3,500 pounds towing capacity, easy folding seats for up to 7, and ample cargo room. Right now, choose between 8 weeks of payments on us, up to a $1,000 accessory credit, or up to $1,000 cash rebate during the Triple Diamond Sales event. Offer on approved credit. Conditions apply.
The best people and the best back cars, Valley Mitsubishi.
See Valley Mitsubishi for details.
You're listening to Okanagan Sun Football on AM 1150.
The teams are lining it up with 23 seconds left on the clock here in the final quarter. 18-17, your Okanagan Sun have the lead, but Langley has the ball, and they're attempting a field goal from it looks like they've marked the ball, they're spotting the ball about the 11-yard line for the kicker. It's Jaden Shalin is going to kick the ball and snap, and the kick is up, and it's good. With 21 seconds left on the clock, the Sun threw everything they had to try and block that kick. So the Sun are now trailing 2018 with 21 seconds left on the clock.
And it looks like the Sun are opting not to return the kick. They're just going straight to offense, I believe. So the Sun are not returning this kick after that field goal, and going to take all 21 seconds left here to try to get down the field and get into field goal range for Wagner to end this with a winner of their own. Going to be pretty interesting to see what kind of arms Zyla can put under himself.
He's got 3 downs to do it, and I think there's enough time on the clock. I think they've only used one timeout. All right, so they're going.
How many timeouts they have left? There's no indication of
no indication on this scoreboard here. So you got to think he's going to be trying to stop the clock. So it's going to be either an incomplete pass or a pass out to the sideline somewhere. You do not want guys running around in the field unless it's a touchdown. He's back Receivers are going. He's gone again. The short pass out. Get out to the sideline, and he gets out at about the 45-yard line. And a flag. It looks like a late hit. That was Colton Curry. He grabbed it about the 40, got out to the 45 for the first down.
And from where we are, that almost by itself might wind up putting them in near field goal range. Where did he go to?
So let's see. I think
out about the 47.
They're marking it at the 52, where it started from. My goodness, they're giving him more yards than I thought he got.
Okay, so they
15-yard penalty. How did that end up at the 50-yard line if it was a 15-yard?
Because he ran out of bounds 5 yards ahead of where they were standing.
Okay.
That did look a little strange.
Okay, so the Okanagan Sun with 16 seconds left on the clock and trailing by 2 points. Shotgun, he's back, goes to pass. He's scrambling out of the pocket.
And he's still on his feet.
He's still on his feet. He lobs it downfield into the air, and it's knocked down. He's very fortunate it was not an interception. I'm not really sure with a wide open field why he didn't run for the first down and then drop.
I think he was afraid of wasting the time on the clock there. If they indeed don't have a timeout, it would have just clicked the clock right out down to zeros.
8 seconds left on the clock. Your Sun trail 20-18. Keith Zyla is off on the sidelines talking to the coach.
Incidentally, I'm very confident Wagner does not have the legs for this, but if they were to kick a field goal from here, it would tie the CJFL record. I only know that because I was on the Sun when we got that record.
So we're sitting at the Langley Rams 50-yard line with 8 seconds left on the clock.
We have a timeout here coming in from Langley.
And a timeout against Langley. Here we go. And so they called the timeout.
Sun going to come meet and talk about what their game plan is here in these last 8 seconds. Get one more incomplete, get out of bounds, and get a field goal, and hopefully is probably what my game plan would be.
Kaylee's on the sideline screaming at the other receivers, get your butts over here so that we can huddle and talk about this. This is pretty exciting football. Again, with only 8 seconds left, it's not a great-looking opportunity, but you know what? Weirder things have happened.
The worst part for the Sun, too, is there's no scoreboard on the end zone side that they're facing. So if you catch the ball, you can't even really do a quick clock check to know if you should run out of bounds or if this is the last play. So it's gonna be rough if they catch the ball with 3-4 seconds left, making that decision.
You got to be thinking though that the guys are going to be lining up like a rugby play. If it is, they're going to be getting ready to pass the ball back to each other. You know, with so little time left.
Almost what they're talking about. You need a clock in your head right now, 8 seconds, and if it's 6 or 7, you can't let the ball end the game.
No.
Let's go, Sun. Pistol
formation. Here we go. 8 seconds with your Sun trailing 20-18 on the 50-yard line of Langley. He's back. Pass. And it's out. Oh, it's an incomplete
That's
pass.
Probably a good choice, actually. 4 seconds left. 4 seconds left.
Well, it was
probably the play you want to score on, though.
It was the...
why is going on here?
What is going on? Is Wagner coming out on the field? They are going to attempt a field goal.
Maybe. I can't imagine they're going to punt, but I've just never seen Wagner. He's putting anything like 57-yard field goal leg.
He's put the marker down, and the 57. Who's holding the ball for him? Let's have a look at that.
This is an amazing kick here. I think it was Mahler if I saw him coming on the field. Backup quarterback, and he's going to try a 57-yard field goal with 4 seconds left on the clock, and he's kicking. It's up, and it is short. And he's walking around. He's put a knee down, and and that is the game. Your Okanagan Sun lose this one. They drop to 2-1-2 on the season against the Langley Rams. The final score: Langley 20. Your Okanagan Sun 18 in their home opener. Let's go for a commercial break.
This is the finale.
The final leg of the race. Yes!
Tuesday on CTV.
Let's go!
It's the Amazing Race Canada can't miss finale.
Ready to win this thing.
Only 3 teams left.
Fourth quarter push.
Hurry up! Only one can win.
The Amazing Race Canada!
This is it. The season finale of the Amazing Race Canada Heroes Edition. Tuesday at 8 on CTV. Brought to you by Chevrolet, official vehicle sponsor of the Amazing Race Canada.
Simply Computing has been around for over 30 years, almost as long as the Okanagan Sun. Let the Okanagan's only Apple authorized service provider repair your iPhone, Mac, iPad, or Apple Watch. Simply Computing's Apple certified technicians use genuine Apple parts and tools and ensure your repairs are handled quickly. Book your appointment